long as you lean back, you're basically anonymous.
Oh, okay. That's like an extension of my boobs right now.
Solid intro. Solid intro.
Do you have all the mics on?
Yeah, everything should be on.
Okay.
Like, it's caught all of this so far, basically.
Yes!
Like, you can also just, like, upgrade it, because this is, like, an absurdly large piece of foam.
Yeah.
That is. Like, why do I have, you know...
And the thing is
like...
that I literally look... You're gonna win first and third at the wet t-shirt contest.
You're gonna regret this. You've been begging me to do this, and here I am.
Well,
You're welcome.
Oh yeah, no. Every single one of these is its
family
own
madness.
unique shit show.
You...
it really is.
I love the word shit show. Like, I think that...
It's evocative, right?
Right? Like, it needs
Philosophical
to be...
discussion, number one, acquired. Let's do intros first, and then we'll get to the shit show. I'm Aaron, your host for this Pseudo Podcast episode. We have, starting at that end of the table,
Melanie.
Sonya.
William.
and shit show. What is your philosophical debate on that one today, dear?
It should be used more. Like, it is such a technical term.
It is, and the best part about it is it's not one of those terms that's inherently negative. It can be a good shit show.
Right. Or it could be a bad shit show.
Well, it sounds like a hot mess. Like, a
Yeah.
hot mess can, like, either be like, oh, well, you look like you just left your one-night stand and you're a hot mess. You should get a
Yeah.
shower. Or it's, like, a different hot mess. Like, I guess a mid-party thing.
Yeah.
And I guess you look like the first hot mess, but it's a good
I
time.
feel like hot mess is like the singular of the term, while shit show applies to the entire event.
Yes. Yes.
So everyone...
One person's a hot
when-
mess, everyone takes part in the shit show.
So, like, if it's one hot mess, it's a sad scene. But if it's two people that are a hot mess, they're their own
Then
shit
it's
show.
a party.
Yes.
No, then it's
So,
Yeah,
yes.
it's a party. It's not a shit show until you've got at least 3 to 5 people involved.
you have to have 3 to 5 people for it to count as a shit show.
But yet, at the same time, you could have a shit show and it just be one person.
You could, but
Yes,
then
but that's very
But-
exceptional situation.
Yeah.
They have to be, like, gay and flamboyant and really much able to take over the scene.
Really? You can bring the gays into it?
I can do whatever
Yeah.
I want. I can make fun of them because I'm not one. I don't give a shit.
I can make fun of them because I have a gaggle of them.
You
You do.
have a gaggle of gays. You have a gaggle of gays in your corner. Like,
is that the dictionary term?
It's my turn.
You got a
It's her
pride of
turn.
lions,
I
you got a
don't-
gaggle of gays.
You know, I'd like it to be added to Urban Dictionary, like you have a gaggle of gays, but
let's put it this way. On one side of my family, there's like one gay, and he stays on the other side of the country. On my other side of the family, there's a gaggle of gays that show up at her house every holiday season.
yeah.
There's what, 4 of them?
Well,
Ryan,
see.
Ollie, the one that was
Ryan,
there.
Ollie, Jacob,
Yeah.
Keith.
Oh, I
Yeah,
forgot
yeah, our
about-
cousin.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Andre. Yeah,
Yeah.
Ollie's cousin. And then Keith and Dan.
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
So there's 6 or 7
we're just full
right
of
there.
faggots over here. It's fantastic.
Now, see, I don't like the word faggot.
That's fair.
I
That's
think
fair.
faggot is a condescending term.
It's been used too long in a condescending term.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is
okay.
correct.
Yes.
I mean, like, South Park did an excellent episode on the exact use of the term. It's like, remember when it was just a farming implement? Remember when that was a thing? Because it was.
For hose or for.
Oh,
or
yeah,
what was
a
it?
faggot.
Oh, a faggot was like an
What's
actual,
up?
like.
Okay,
farming
I
tool?
know quite a bit about farming, but I did not know
Yeah.
there was a faggot in farming.
Here.
There's a
That-
faggot
Now
for
I
your
need
corn.
a picture.
Yeah, let me get
Let's-
There's
this.
also a fag, which is a cigarette.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, yeah.
My,
Which I think goes to them being flaming
my brother one time
and addictive.
accidentally
Oh yeah.
took someone to a gay bar
Oh,
because he picked up. So he was driving limousines, picked up a guy from the airport, and the guy says, "Can you take somewhere where I can blow a fag?" So my brother takes him to the Parliament House.
Well done. Well done. Don't need to go to a 7-Eleven. Don't need to go to some
Like,
random
really?
parking lot.
Should you be smoking at a 7-Eleven
I mean,
if it has a gas station attached?
you can go to the backside with
You
it.
say
with
that like it would stop anybody.
No, but I have actually seen a gas pump explode because it caught fire. And
Ooh.
yeah,
How close were you not?
we were literally directly across the street at a restaurant.
Oh, damn. You weren't close enough.
Like, I mean, it was here and we were here.
There's
And
4
you
lanes of
saw
traffic.
it go. No,
Oh,
it was only a 2-lane road.
Oh,
This
countryside.
was a small town, yeah.
Small
back
town
in
countryside.
Yeah, back in it when we lived in Atlanta.
Redneck genius over here. Let's go.
Yeah, and I still had my Jeep Liberty. I threw that shit in 4-wheel drive, hopped all the curbs, and got the fuck out of there. It was, yeah.
Nice.
The whole gas station
Went
Like
up.
like
Went
a
up.
scene like a scene
Yeah.
in First
Yeah.
Blood.
You saying restaurant reminds me of when I lost Caleb.
Oh my god.
Only you could lose.
So
A child.
For those who want to have the breakdown here, Sonya has a small child, and
Well, yeah,
Melanie
Not
Not
so small anymore.
not so small anymore.
Yeah.
And Melanie is blind
I
as
had my glasses on.
He was
Fuck.
what, about 8 at that time, because this was
God.
He
2
hadn't
years
turned-
ago.
Yeah, he hadn't turned 9 yet.
Yeah.
pretext.
She
Have
was.
you found out what a faggot is yet?
Yes, I had slightly,
You misused the term.
technically,
Okay.
basically because
Read the
You-
definition, you
using
homophobe fuck.
faggot, a bundle of brushwood used in civil and military engineering.
Oh, it's like the collection of just wood that we use to like try to like.
The bundle of wood.
Yeah, it's a bundle of wood.
Yes.
Wow, that's firm. It's a lot of wood. Yeah,
That-
that's actually
yeah.
pretty straightforward.
That is.
That's
yeah. Yeah.
You're a bunch of faggots. Like, well, yeah, obviously, it's a bunch of dudes
Bunch
that
of
like wood.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know.
Surprisingly applicable, actually.
Yeah, quite applicable. Unfortunately, we're
Who would have ever thought you would analyze wood quite so much?
I mean,
I had a gay guy here last night. He probably
Yeah,
like
I
you'd
was
be
going to
surprised
say.
what you do.
the topic of conversation.
Yeah.
I know, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. Now we get to like walk in like in holiday season. Like, oh, look at this bundle of wood, and then I just like do that knowing look at you. Just
I gotta go with faggots.
Okay, gaggle of gays. Perfectly
so let's go
acceptable.
back to the story where Melanie
where we lost
loses your
Caleb.
8-year-old child.
So I'll tell it from the starting side.
Okay.
We were at a Christmas party and we were staying the night at the hotel. And about 5 o'clock in the morning, my husband's phone rings. And it's Mel. And I'm only hearing half of this. And she's like, all I know is I've lost him. I don't know if it's Caleb or the dog.
She assumes
So-
it's the dog.
I do
Yeah, 'cause
assume-
Melanie's. Can I ask you, as someone who has also lived with this woman,
Yeah.
is she not that good on specifics?
No. No.
Like
No. And I'm only hearing half the conversation.
she's the type of person to call you. He's like, it's burnt. What's
and
burnt?
and
the
the
house.
door is locked. The front door is locked. The garage is closed. So the back door is locked. So where else? Like, for my deduction skills, and I'm pretty good at them. The only way out of the house is through the dog door. So wouldn't you assume it was the dog that was gone?
Yeah, that's all free, wide open.
And so I
Sweet.
said, well, does the
This
gate
is still
open?
Water. It's still water.
Awesome.
One day it'll be full-
always helps to be
One
sure.
day, like in a year, it'll be full of vodka just to see who fucking falls for it. Keep going.
That would be awesome.
but
It's like Jack Daniels, but it's Coke. You
like,
gotta get the color right.
but decarbonated Coke, basically.
Yes, it's gotta
Yeah.
be. Like,
You have
it's
to like
gotta be
leave it
flat
out for like
soap.
It's gotta
yeah.
be nice. And
leave it out,
flat.
top off for like 2 days, and then you put it in
Yeah.
the Jack Daniels bottle and
And-
wait for the men to lose their fucking
Yeah,
mind.
but you're gonna have to add a little water to get it to the right color.
That's fine. Water's
Yeah.
easy.
You
Water's
know,
free.
I
but-
will
I mean, at that
say-
point, it tastes bad. So what's it matter?
Yeah, this is America.
Yeah.
If at any point you develop an actual like regular decent viewer basis, never explain that that's water.
Oh,
No,
no.
it makes it way better if it's.
Well, the
vodka.
thing is
Yeah.
that here's the problem right now is that I have to actually get through, and we're gonna get back to Caleb's
Yeah, it's fine.
lost and found, is that I have to get through every person that gets on this podcast and asks that question as a guest, as well as all of my weapons, because we rotate through those 3 things every fucking episode of every production.
Yep.
And I'm going, I can't wait till all of you have been here
Yeah.
and shut the fuck up.
Well, while we're on drinks, I have a silly question. Why do you have coasters, but no one's using them? Well,
Because you're a
Mel's using
savage.
them. Well,
There's
yeah.
the coaster. Fucking use it, you savage.
It doesn't. It's not. See, it's not wet.
It's cold enough to feel wet. I still feel it on me. There's a mild amount of perspiration on my arm.
Well, here I need to put my phone on a coaster because I don't want it to leave marks on the table.
Well, your phone condensates.
I don't know. You never know.
You can't be sure. Technology nowadays, man.
It could do anything.
Is that a Samsung?
No.
No, it's an iPhone. Okay, it won't explode. I guess it's a 2-year-old joke, but I'm still about it. So Caleb's still lost.
So
She
But-
still thinks it's the dog.
I still think it's a dog. So I said it's the fence. And so, anyways, now Mel,
Is the fence locked?
it's the fence lock.
Well,
And all the answers
no.
to these are yes, by the way.
Martin turns to her because she gets on the phone with me and she said, "Oh, did you check the back door?" And I was like, "Sonya, it's Caleb, not Milo."
So now we've clarified what.
And please be aware
missing.
that prior to this, the reason why I called in the first place was because the smoke detector in their room was low on battery. So it started beeping in the middle of the night.
Caleb's. It was actually Caleb's.
No, it was the one. Yes, it was the one.
It was Caleb's because his is the only one that still
yes.
has batteries. Yeah, the rest of them are all hardwired.
And what woke me up was Milo came back into my room. And so I was like, okay, something doesn't feel right. I get up, go in, and check Caleb's room.
Well, let's break down Caleb's room. What is Caleb's room?
Caleb's room has a bunk bed.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I go into his room.
And you never know which bed he's sleeping on. In her defense.
So he is so privileged. He gets 2 beds.
Yeah, he
Yes.
can pick whichever one he wants. I don't really care.
Usually he only sleeps on the bottom
It means
bunk
I don't
when
have
he's
to
sick,
wash the
though.
sheets as often. It's not a matter of
That's
privilege.
almost gross. That's almost gross.
But usually he only sleeps on the bottom bunk when he's not feeling well.
Yes. Most of the
How
time.
often is he feeling well?
No,
the most part.
all the time.
Okay, he's a healthy boy with weird habits.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you clean the bottom bunk pretty often then,
Oh yeah, I clean
and the
both.
top bunk like every 3 weeks.
No, I clean both pretty often.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sonya cleans a lot.
She's a good parent.
Yeah.
Surprising. Let's go.
So
Nobody likes you.
I go
Okay.
into I go into Caleb's room. I check the bottom bed. I stand up on the bottom bunk and check the top bed, and I put my hand on the bed because I don't fucking see him anywhere. I'm like, the fuck is this boy? So I go and check the bathroom. I check Peyton's room. I check the parents' bedroom. I go downstairs. I check the downstairs, the kitchen, the living room. And then I'm like, fuck, the front door's locked. The garage is locked. But there's a lock button on the outside of the front door. And
he doesn't know how to use it.
Yeah, and
he needs to go out
has
on
the garage door closer on his phone.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna
So
make sure he locks the house down.
He has the ability to leave and lock the house. So I thought maybe he went over to Steph's. And then
Steph's our neighbor that lived literally directly next door.
yeah. But since everything was locked, I was like, what the fuck? So I go back into Caleb's room, turn the light on, still can't find him. And that's when I call them. And
Now, we need to take a step back. Caleb, since he was a baby, likes to sleep with, this is a technical term, a lot of shit in his bed. Stuffed animals, pillows, blankets.
Basically, like when he grows up and gets a wife, he's gonna have to figure out what he's gonna sacrifice, the wife or the stuffed animals.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Like
his
that
blankets.
whole warning of, don't put a lot of stuff in your baby's crib. I did fail.
He has an emotional ties to a lot of
He would
inanimate
stand on the
objects.
outside of his crib and literally throw stuff into his crib so that he would have it.
Later.
Yeah.
Wow. He plans long term, even as a
He
child.
does. Yeah.
It's like sleep is important. I'm going to make sure it's padded well.
Yeah. And he would wake up, he'd play, he'd go back to sleep. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyways.
so I go back into his room while I'm talking on the phone with Martin and Sonya.
Mm.
And all of a sudden, Caleb sits up. He was literally, his bunk bed is against the wall. He was literally in the very far back corner,
Like
Of-
up against the wall.
wall,
up against the wall, with stuffed animals on top of him and a blanket on top of him.
Over his head.
Over his head.
He gets that from me.
So, like, he was basically curled into the wall like this, which is why I didn't fucking see him or feel him.
And she literally says to him, "Where the fuck were you?" And he looked at her like she was crazy.
Basically.
Yeah.
Like that's a waking.
He doesn't remember this. That's what's funny about
Oh no,
this.
it's that because I had this when I lived here with my mom, and I like worked I closed. So like every morning she'd wake me up like at 8:00 when she was leaving for work. She would verbally give me a list of shit to do for the day. I would wake up 2 hours later, not remembering the conversation.
Yeah.
I'd go about my day with like breakfast or video games, and I'd go to work. I'd come home, or I'd get a call from her, and she'd be pissed.
Yeah.
And
Why
I'm like,
didn't you do
what are you
blah,
talking
blah,
about?
blah?
Yeah, what are you talking about? It's like, I gave you a list. You talked to me when it was dark in my room. I am still in my covers, and you think I'm conscious. Just because my eyes are open doesn't mean I'm recognizing the real world.
Yeah, I agree. I don't care who you are. That's not fair to do to anybody.
No. This is
Write
why,
a list.
This
Yeah.
is why
That's
sticky
what
notes
Text.
exist.
That's what pissed me off so much is that
Text.
she'd always
You
just
know.
she didn't even do the texting. Texting was
Yeah,
like
but
free at our
write
planet. Yeah, it's
write
like,
a note.
well,
anything.
Well, my bitching was the fact that like back in the day, like years ago, there was actually like a laminated calendar. Like,
Yeah.
okay, these days you do this, these days you do this, and then that calendar disappeared at some point. And I was like, well, still, just get a sticky note, right? Do these things today. Here you
Yeah.
go. And she did that, and then I guess when she thought I turned 20 or 18, he's like, oh, you have a much better auditory memory now for some random fucking reason.
Yeah.
I'm gonna list off all your shit you're gonna do today, and you're gonna remember it, even though you went to bed at 2 a.m. last night. It's 8 a.m. now.
Yeah.
No, that's not like I don't care. Kid, adult, teenager, old person. You cannot wake them up and give them a list of things to do and expect anyone to remember it.
Yeah.
Like, shit, I barely remember stuff sometimes and I'm wide awake.
Well, couldn't have been
Children.
that important.
Yeah. Children scrabble your brain.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And other
they
things
do.
that,
I love how I just
we can
verbalized
go
scrap.
too much information here or we can leave it alone.
I'm pretty wide open. I'm gonna go get like some water actually. Get
I
another
had a
water
full
bottle.
hysterectomy, so I swear to
Boom!
God,
That
it
means
was
she
like,
doesn't have a vagina anymore.
no, it means I still have a vagina. I don't have a uterus.
Welcome to men who think vagina is an all-encompassing term for a woman's reproductive system.
Yeah, you just get an Operation Barbie doll.
That would be freaking fantastic. If you didn't have a vagina, you can't have sex. Well, you can, but that's gross. Anyways.
I mean, what? You're no, they could sew it up technically.
Yeah. They could
Wait, are we
sew
back
it
on
up.
faggots?
No.
I mean, technically, but no.
What is that?
It's
Water.
water.
Okay.
Yeah.
I looked at the little cup and I looked at what's left in the water bottle and went, I'm gonna.
If you
jug.
pour that into there, then people think you've made like more vodka.
Yeah. See, it's like everything, all the alcohol containers only have water. All the water containers have nothing but alcohol.
Basically.
That's
I just need to start buying a bunch of
moonshine.
Zephyr Hills bottles, but filling them with clear liquors.
Oh,
Like-
I have a picture of a good friend of mine, and it says smart water, but it's not. It's very
What?
much.
It's dumb water.
It's very.
That's
much,
what we should make. That should be like one of our first
Moonshine.
food products. Like, here's dumb water. What's it filled with? Asbestos.
Yeah, like he's sitting on the corner of a bus and with this smart water bottle, and he's passed out drunk. That water, like that bottle.
That bottle right there.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, just like that.
It's just water.
Oh, bless.
Of course, this is the same person who taught my son that making moonshine is science. He says
It's a form of science.
It is.
Yeah.
To be fair,
Well,
it really
it
is.
is.
Many
It is.
My
things are
favorite-
forms of science.
But when you teach when a 5-year-old walks in on you and you're making moonshine, and they say, "What are you doing?" And he says, "Oh, I'm making moonshine," and then realizes that there's
It's a
going to be more
5-year-old.
questions.
Yeah.
He goes, and Caleb goes, "What's that?" And he goes, "It's science," and left it alone.
Wow. You got to think of the crack version of that. What are you making? Crack cocaine. What's that? Ah, science. Very legal science. Don't tell your parents.
It's okay. My favorite thing that's a similar
It's a
situation is
chemistry experiment.
one of our friends that used to live across the street. She had a friend in one of those assisted living retirement home kind of things.
Trailer parks?
No,
Okay.
it was it's kind
That's
of
for poor people.
it's like the ones downtown where there are
Your
a whole bunch of
Coaster stuck
apartments.
to your cup.
I noticed. I'm very pleased about that.
Yeah, me too. Okay, sorry. It's okay. Side note.
So when old people finally basically retire from their house into
I have a
smaller
product idea.
apartments.
Yeah,
when
yeah,
they
yeah,
finally
yeah.
have assisted living. So that's the type of thing that it is. And she went down there, and her friend was making was it Kahlua?
Oh, Laney?
Kahlua in the bathtub.
Yeah, Laney's friend at the retirement home.
Yeah.
So
Oh my God.
so our friend
I
had
want to
just
retire there.
well, I mean, you just need coffee beans and vodka and a bathtub.
Yeah, I do love Kahlua. Like, it's probably my favorite.
I'm now inclined to like mix actually because we have the strainer for the like coffee with beans. So I'm kind of going. Well, I'm never gonna make coffee with that because I don't drink coffee, but I could definitely use that for Kahlua.
Ooh, I wonder if you can make like, an
Product idea.
espresso Kahlua.
No, well, okay.
Probably.
Need an espresso machine
like,
or whatnot. Product idea: cups with coasters attached to them.
They're called Tervis.
Tervis. It's a horrible
Yeah.
name. What is this?
Tervis
They're
tumblers.
the
tumblers?
the double
insulated
insulated ones.
cups.
So basically, all the
Wow.
condensation
Do
happens
they
on the
look as
inside.
cool as that?
No, they don't.
Exactly.
Yeah, no.
Fuck yourself, Tervis.
Entirely different metrics. Why are you even here?
That
I
was
don't know
because
how
it's
that's awesome.
no,
sticky.
it's
It's
because
condensation.
Of, no, it's not condensation.
Not condensation.
It's a vacuum.
It's not a vacuum.
They're
it's
in love?
because yesterday I
got
made
married?
brown
it's
chicken,
because-
brown cow.
It's because yesterday I made Arius an amaretto sour,
It's covered in
which
sugar.
is sticky.
So it is sexual.
With sugary sex, yes.
What's the pillow on the table?
Oh, it's beef.
It's Edgar.
He's in beef form right now.
Hey.
Wait, she'll turn him into cow form. It's like
Caleb needs one of those.
It's like a Power Ranger, but in Minecraft
Well-
form.
The funniest part of it, can you wear it as a hat? Because Edgar looks like a vagina.
Wow.
You have Edgar's vagina on your head.
It does look like a vagina.
It does.
So what?
It
This
does.
one, Edgar's the one with the hole.
I, would,
You know what else looks like?
I love how you
vaginas?
just like made him motorboat you there for a second. Like you're like, oh yeah, it does look like a vagina. Meanwhile, his face like buried in your tits.
I have big boobs.
Just
You know what else looks like a vagina is oysters. Raw
Okay.
oysters.
What
You
else have we
open
seen
up.
recently in the internet that looks like a vagina, like uncomfortably? Oh no, that mac and cheese thing that Josh shared. God,
I
what-
may never eat mac and cheese again.
have you seen that picture yet?
But I mean, oysters I eat.
Do
but
you want to?
Do you- Where's that fucking picture?
I don't know.
Did Josh share that on the Friendsgiving chat or on
No,
Discord?
he shared it on Discord,
You know-
and then I think someone deleted it, and then they.
No. There's a second one that Michelle deleted.
I think Michelle deleted the first one too.
I think it's on the chat. It's fucking great because I picture the sound of just like
So you know the sound of
Mixing of
stirring
just-
mac and cheese.
Yeah, that.
So the image, yes. So
Yeah.
the image is of legs spread apart.
No. I shall find this image. Or
I don't know that I want to see this.
I will
image.
call Josh. Be like, send me this magic now.
Welcome to the podcast.
Things that you cannot unsee.
It's on the list.
You cannot unhear either.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
that-
It's like
we're-
things
we're
you
having a-
shouldn't. Circle back to faggots for a second. Things you shouldn't
We're going back
Google
in, boys.
search.
Blue waffles.
You know,
Oh yeah, but that's like so 2008.
Hooters.
Mm.
I haven't heard that in forever, actually.
Right?
Oh,
So-
what was it? Pootananny. Which I put that on the fucking Discord.
Pootananny.
Yeah,
I have not
pootananny.
heard that word. in
Urban
forever.
Dictionary. The Urban Dictionary definition of pootananny is like a dirty ass pussy.
Mm.
Huh.
Where is it?
See, I was thinking like
No, Aaron, find the mac and cheese one.
Pootananny.
No, get distracted.
No,
Don't
hold on,
the
hold on.
latest political gaffe from
No,
Russia.
what's that?
That's the first thing that
That's
came
what
to,
was.
that's the
That's
first thing that
right.
came to
Yeah,
mind.
Oh,
like
God.
you
Where
know,
is it? Where is it?
him doing something like as a meme, like him doing something as a pootananny.
No, like
Yeah.
or what in tarnation is what I'm thinking of now. No, pootananny. A woman's
It's like
woman's
when
vagina
we-
better known as pussy. A stank ass pussy. There we go. Quote
Mm.
unquote
Technical.
Stank.
ass.
I haven't heard stank in a while either.
Stank's a good one.
Yeah, stank. Stank is actually underused now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's quite underused now.
Yeah.
Oh, where is that post?
There we go.
You found it? You can't hear a picture.
You can't. I can hear that picture pretty well.
Yeah,
That's
I could see that picture.
Oh.
And thank you. I don't. And now can I have like happy unicorns in my eyes?
Oh Jesus!
oh, I'll get the deck.
I don't want to do the post, so I kind of want to have Melanie just walk up to the camera and just shove that mac and cheese in its face.
Are you
Yeah.
sure?
No. Production
Oh,
value, and it won't autofocus. It'll have a fuzzy version.
It's auto censoring.
Yeah.
I say, how many cameras are in here?
There's only one working because I have yet to get my PC to take all
Cameras
three.
in here? 4.
Yeah, there's
Let me
4.
say. I
Where's the
appreciate
fourth
how
one?
all
It's
of
a
you
secret.
are
It's a
like
webcam.
Oh, the
perfectly
webcam.
lighted.
Those are all
While it's just
webcams.
reflecting off of me.
Yeah, You have to have that godhead.
You need powder.
Yeah. Powder will kill that.
I would offer you some, but all the makeup I wear.
I'll get my hat. Just sit in darkness.
Yeah. I'd have to go looking for the powder.
Yeah.
We could get flour.
Yeah, we could flour your head.
And then you'd be white faced.
We have plenty of flour. Yeah. I mean, it actually probably would
Powdered
darken
wig.
you. It would darken him, actually, considering how pale he is.
I would be perfectly fine showing up with like a 1700s just overly powdered wig.
Okay,
that
Judge.
would be
Just
awesome.
get the cravat, get like the.
We need to have you
and
become.
Puffy
like
shirt.
the
We need you to
and
go
your
become.
neck needs to be like.
Yeah, we need you to go become like a judge in Britain so you can get that powdered wig.
We could just
Wait,
order
how
it
much
off
is
Amazon.
how much is a powdered wig on Amazon?
Let's see.
Probably not very much.
Oh, I would hope not.
Or
But
more than it should be.
That's probably the truth there. We could probably just make one, like yarn.
get a wig. Or, you want to do yarn?
Yeah,
It
yarn,
is
just white yarn.
$20 for
I mean-
a powdered wig.
Let me see that shit.
And yeah,
$20 for a yeah, you could look like Jefferson.
I'm about it.
Alrighty.
Okay.
hold on.
Plans for future episodes.
Yeah, I don't like that one as much. We need one that's like a little cheesy.
We need a more queso.
Yeah,
We should get him this one.
that
Oh,
one.
that
no,
one.
no, this one.
Oh, do you want to be what is that? A baroness?
Oh, it helps if you spell things right.
Of course I do.
Yeah, you could be a
Ooh,
baroness is what
here,
they're
look
picking
at
out
this
for you.
one. The guy is even awesome looking. Like, look at that facial hair.
He's into
The
it.
contrast is insane. He's got the
Yeah.
gauge in his ear.
Yeah, the gauge and the red beard.
Yeah, that's exactly what we need to do. We need a powdered wig. This ginger-headed fuck.
About it.
Always about
This
it.
one's pretty hot though.
That's kind of.
This podcast cannot dissolve into you two looking at your phones the whole fucking time.
We were looking at wigs.
We looked at wigs.
A squirrel.
We went from like a pretty
And
okay.
a squirrel.
Oh
Squirrel.
my god, squirrels! Oh my god, what is this? Up? What are you, the dog from Up?
Yes.
This is also true.
I like that it looks like he's birthing a cow now.
basically.
Everyone. Edgar is giving birth.
To
Well,
himself.
Edgar's beef side is giving birth to his cow
Well, it's
side.
no different than you say you go fuck yourself. He's go birth yourself.
Oh wait, this is the epitome of like that steak is so raw I can see the face of the cow on it.
That's how I like my meat.
Basically.
Yeah.
I want
Anything
to
more
you
than
like your
that, it's
meats-
overcooked.
You're like your meat so raw I can still donate to cancer patients.
Hell yeah.
Do you like the
Donate blood to
the,
cancer patients.
Oh.
The long
Don't-
I think it's
don't-
like the Long Island Blue
folks,
or something
don't
like
donate
that.
cow blood
The
to
blue
cancer
steaks
patients.
where they literally just sear it
Donate
for
pig
6
blood.
seconds on both
Yeah.
sides.
Much
good to
more
me.
genetically similar.
Or it's like a Pittsburgh Blue. I don't know what it's called. But
So we were
Just get that like nice.
In local
We-
news,
let's-
cancer patients turning into minotaurs. No explanation given.
that steak is so raw.
Read the headline only.
Like it's the whole front page. This is what happens. This is what happens when you start donating like cow blood to cancer patients.
That's a thing.
It's on the little
Or is
side.
it a Facebook
It
thing?
certainly could be.
It certainly could be.
tourist trapped by Florida dog.
Are we saying a Taurus or a tourist?
Tourist.
A Taurus?
Minotaur? You said
I don't.
Taurus.
I don't think. I don't think a bull would be trapped by an alligator.
Depends on how big the alligator is.
Yeah, like alligators are
Yeah,
gotta fuck up
but,
some shit.
But bulls are fucking massive.
They are. Yeah, but
A bull, unless it's
But
like
here-
a 15-foot
but-
alligator,
but
that
like,
bull could walk all
The
over that.
comparison between a bull.
well,
and
as
a-
long as it doesn't walk in a straight line, or it walks in a straight line, then the alligator.
That's all it does. It charges straight at Spaniards.
And
Yeah.
we should
You
like
know that doesn't
we should-
work, right, Sonya?
we should research. Yeah, I don't get close enough to an alligator to find out.
You don't get close enough to see if you run the zigzag, it'll work.
If it'll work. Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
see.
See,
Is there any like YouTube videos of an alligator and a bull fighting, like, and who wins?
Yeah.
Well,
There is a tiger and a crane.
I mean, if you want alligator versus
I mean, if we're
bull,
just
just
gonna
look
go,
up
let's go.
Africa with crocodiles and buffaloes.
I'm
Right?
trying
like
to literally
Kung
pull
Fu
in.
Panda here.
I'm trying to pull in a torque joke, and you all suck.
Sorry, I was confirming that the largest ever confirmed alligator in Florida was 17 feet 5 inches.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure
that could
like,
eat a bull. That could fuck up a bull, I think.
I think so.
Oh yeah.
Now, wildebeests and
Look at that
crocodiles apparently
Look at
fight.
Yeah,
Ooh,
yeah, that could feed your whole
that's a
family.
pretty tractor.
I really appreciate the
That-
pieces of the mise en scène that you pay attention to.
I'm like, oh yeah, that's an alligator.
Yeah, like,
but
that's
the
a
tractor's
big
really pretty.
You are Ed from Ed, Ed and Eddie. It's like just jewel case opens up to show like fantastic underwear, and you're just like, cool box.
Yeah, Double D freaking out. That's such a big alligator. I like the tractor.
You gotta look at the whole picture.
Yeah, but you have
Like-
this emphasis on the background instead of the foreground. Like you don't never care.
It's the details are
here's-
important.
Here's the question: were you ever concerned with the main topic in class, or were you concerned with all the peripheral information?
Yeah, the peripheral's like way more fun because it's like part of the story.
Okay. So like you don't give a fuck about the protagonist in your stories. You love to hear about all the side story stuff with other characters.
Yeah.
Like you don't give a fuck about Harry, but Ron can like get it.
Fred and George.
Yes.
That's proper.
Yes.
I am
Like,
kind
fuck
of
Ron.
insulted
He's
they
kinda
never.
whiny.
I'm kind of insulted they never made some kind of side series out of it.
Right? Like
Oh,
they
basically.
really should.
Keeping
Like,
up with the Weasleys.
yeah. But only those two.
Yeah,
The
basically.
rest of them are kind of whiny. Well, except for what, Bill?
Bill.
Bill was
Yeah.
cool. Bill was
Yeah.
solid.
Bill-
Everyone else could actually go suck a dick in that.
Bill, I
family.
love
Yeah.
Charlie too. I wish they had done more
Charlie
Charlie.
wasn't. Yeah, Charlie,
Charlie
wasn't bad.
was.
But
Charlie
like
was the dragon
Percy
teamer.
was too much.
Yeah.
Percy
Like,
had a
I
stick
just wanted
stuck
to,
way too far up his ass.
Yeah.
Like throw punch him.
Yeah.
and, you know,
Percy?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he was a cunt.
Yeah.
He was a right
yeah.
cunt.
I don't like that word, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it fits.
Why? But cunt is such a it's such a nice word. We've used it
I
too
think it's
badly.
a generational thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, this is where we only use cunt to like we only call men cunts.
Yes, that is socially
You know,
acceptable.
and okay, see, I get that. Like people are like,
This is the
no,
way I want to turn
only
around.
women.
like,
Get, no, men.
We're gonna take it back.
Well, I'm
Men
on
own
the
it.
I'm on the very infantile idea. I was like, well, I'm just if that word offends that group, then I'm just gonna use it on another group on their behalf.
Yeah,
It's
see,
like
I
I'm
get
not
it.
gonna redirect the hate, but I'm gonna put the hate with your signature on it at this group that actually hates you. We're together and we're reappropriating the word.
Right.
It works.
I just have to convince like the black community to get with me on that train.
Here, question: has anyone seen the new Harley Quinn cartoon?
No.
No, but I hate that animation style, not because it's bad, but because I've always been attracted like sexually to that animation style.
Yes. Like,
And on that note, I'm gonna go make sure this room's ready for the next batch of guests.
oh yeah, semi-important.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, but
Huh?
Aaron's going to flip the room.
yeah,
We have
Oh,
another.
oh.
We have another set
you
of
guys
guests.
should
Airbnb. Okay.
absolutely watch it because it's literally like if you took the old '90s DC cartoons, but
It
literally
smells like sour ass in this room for some reason.
Febreze, I hear it works.
it's like, but you're out there.
Yeah, it's because you're in there.
The scent is following you, Aaron.
No, fuck yourself.
Uh,
I mean,
That
I'm
doesn't speak
flexible
highly
enough-
of you when you tell your girlfriend to fuck herself.
I was about to say I'm flexible enough.
Sadly, you are. Yeah, yeah. No, me, you have to have like 911. and
My
then
favorite
send.
My favorite thing when guys tell each other go fuck themselves or go suck themselves off, I'm like, well, if you fall backwards into the bathtub, you can. Because if you fall backwards into the bathtub, you're liable to break your bottom two ribs, which will allow you to suck yourself.
allow you to
Yeah.
completely fold in half.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I have to say while Aaron's out of the room, I'm usually accused of being the loudest person in the room, but did you notice how amazingly quiet it is with him not in the room?
yes.
Trust me, I know.
Like, you know,
I think one of the
it's
things
in
is,
our blood, but you know.
yeah, he likes to keep the conversation going, and whenever it starts veering off,
I think the
shouts at everyone
Solomon.
to get back in the line.
I think the Solomon family is always loud, but the men
Are louder.
yeah.
Yeah. And to be
Because-
heard because there's so many
because-
boys in the Solomon family.
Because Nikki and Steven and even Aaron Lynn do
Yeah.
the exact same thing.
yeah,
Hmm.
they all like and like they,
And if they're alone, they won't do it as much.
no,
but if they're
like
in
they're
a group,
one on one. Yeah. And the thing they all get but and then people who don't know them come in and think they're yelling at each other, and they're not yelling at each other. They're just talking.
Yes.
But you know, And see,
And
being
Janet
the
can
youngest
be
girl
loud,
of
too.
all of them, I had to be really loud.
Right.
But Janet can be loud too.
She can.
And I think that's where the boys get so loud because they're trying to be heard over her.
Yeah, yeah. Well, when you raise 4 boys,
You have to be
basically
loud.
on your own, you gotta be loud.
It's a recursive thing.
Yeah. And then my Uncle Chris is, well, he's loud. Well, as he's gotten older, he's gotten louder. But he's also just random. Like, you'll be having a conversation about, woodworking, and he's like, oh, what a pretty painting.
But is that because he's gotten older?
Oh, he's always been like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just gotten more random.
He's the most Ed.
Yes. Very Ed. He's the Eddiest of the Eds. My Uncle Chris. What do you call him?
Yeah. Papa.
Yeah.
Yeah, Papa.
Yeah.
Then that's just where he's at in his age now.
No, he's always been.
An Ed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's always been like, you're having a conversation and he gets random, and then.
Yeah, basically.
And now it's just.
Who's the most Ed of his children, though? Who's most like him? Like, Kenny really looks like him.
Yeah, I
But-
haven't seen his boys in so long, but.
His oldest might be.
Yeah.
Because he's an unknown quantity.
Yeah.
But I mean, all of his kids are kind of an unknown quantity. They haven't really been around all that frequently.
No. Diane's been around plenty.
Yeah.
She's been around
Well,
forever.
actually, it's funny because when I was a kid growing up, Kenny was the one who was around the most.
Yeah, well, he's the most social out of all of them.
Yeah.
Like, he's a
Like,
social
I didn't
madman.
really meet Diane until I was older.
Yeah. Well,
Even though they've always been close.
Yeah.
She just always, like, for holidays and stuff, she stayed close to her mom. But now that her mom's passed away, she comes this way more for holidays. And stuff like that.
and everything.
Yeah.
But others were either just disappeared for a while or went off and got their own
there's
families and
one
stuff.
that, like, was completely gone for a while, but I think he's back.
Yeah.
Chris?
Timothy? Well, Chris was gone for
No,
like
it
20
was
years.
Timmy. It was him.
Timmy disappeared in a very dark way.
Tim was the one that was around when I was a kid.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
he was around.
He was
during,
married and had kids, and
Anyways. And then it fell apart.
Yeah.
So, unfortunate
Big
family
family.
history.
Certainly sounds like it.
Big family, and
Oh,
they're
yeah.
big on both sides of my family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sizable on both sides of my family. Although my dad's side is way bigger.
Your dad's side is way bigger. The only reason your mom's side is as big as it is because of Candace.
Yeah, my cousin having like six kids. 4 kids, 2 adopted. So like 6 total right now, I hear.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. See, my dad's an only child.
One boy.
Oh my
Yeah, there's
God.
one boy of that whole thing, and
That's
Poor
he holds
boy.
up. He holds up. He ain't wearing no tutu, so I'm kind of proud of him, honestly.
He
Plays
was
football.
like, he plays football and he's working on his own car and he's like, I gotta try and do something with 5 sisters.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. See, I was the youngest of all of my cousins, the first cousins, and there's 15 of us,
Jeez.
and 10 boys, and the other 4 girls are all much older and didn't live in Orlando.
Yeah.
So I was surrounded by the boys.
Right.
Yeah.
So I had to learn to hold my own
Understandable.
real quick.
I was an only child. I grew up around a neighborhood of nothing but boys. And then I go to high school and I end up basically making friends with nothing but girls. So it's a very interesting thing there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that doesn't surprise me at all, given your personality.
Perhaps.
Yeah, see, and I was friend with mainly guys.
But I found like all of kind of either like the low drama girls or the girls that had just a bunch of fake drama that they knew was fake drama. So like they just gossiped about
Yeah.
bullshit, but they didn't ever create any like internal bullshit. And then
Yeah.
But you know what's funny? In workplaces, I have found that guys are actually more gossipy than girls.
Uh-huh.
And it's funny because they don't, like, the way they spin it, they don't,
recognize it as
that
gossip.
is gossip.
It doesn't sound like the dialogue of gossip, but it's fucking gossip.
Yeah.
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 It doesn't have the same tone that they associate with
Yeah.
gossip.
Yeah.
And
Well,
they present it more as factual, so in
Yes.
their head it's not
Yeah.
gossip,
Yeah.
but it
Well,
ultimately
gossip
is.
gossip has a certain image that is feminine, that is female, and it's like, no, dude, you gossip as well. It doesn't look like gossip girl shit.
What is it
Yes.
called?
Yes.
What is it called?
Shit talking.
No.
I'm trying to
it's
use facts to justify my feelings.
No, it's
I like
what
shit
the
talking as
Scully,
a fact.
Scuttlebutt.
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 Yes.
Scuttlebutt.
Yes.
It's the male term for gossip, basically, especially
Yeah.
in the army, the military.
Yep.
Where's my military man to like help back that one up?
Not here.
We could text Marty.
You could text Marty, but I don't think he. Here's the question with Marty: was he in with the guys, or was he just like lone wolf doing his own thing? And
I don't know.
Yeah.
He's never really talked about
yeah,
it.
because we hang out with a bunch of military people practically like every fucking night, and I think they know the term, but like, was it 3 of them are Marines, one's a Navy guy, and
Well, we have Mike McMurphy as well. Fuck is his last name?
McMurphy?
I think so.
Is that his?
The
Is that his
Navy.
name on the Discord, or is that his actual name?
No.
Because like McMurray's a piece of shit.
No. From high school.
Oh, Michael Murphy.
Thank you.
Mick Murphy, motherfucker, like, yeah, we have Michael, who's I think like in the army.
Navy.
He's in the Navy.
Yes.
Yeah, Kevin's in the Navy. Lee's in
Because
the Air Force.
He was in the Navy
Mhm.
because he was on the USS Enterprise.
Yeah,
And
you really-
finally got it.
and you really enjoy that one now,
Took
don't
me
you?
a second. Like,
You really enjoy that one, don't you?
It's an accomplishment.
did he wear red?
Yes, actually.
Poor bastard.
No, can we sometimes it, like, my brain, it's best if people don't ask how it works. Why are all of them little except yours? Is it like a,
Oh no, so how'd this go? So all of these mic arm, like 3 of these mic arms are the same. One of these came with a whole different mic set that had a different mic that had a much smaller head. They just wouldn't fit on these. So I looked up this brand of mic and the foam head for it. And I looked just the picture. I was like, okay, that looks like it'll work or something like that. Shows up. It's totally huge. So
I didn't know if you were compensating for it.
not at this time. That's what the
Okay.
longboard was for in high school. And now
Okay.
it just
The 5-footer.
yeah, 5-foot longboard. Still great. Really great smooth ride.
So it's easy to fix it.
Like I could just cut it up or something.
Oh,
like
yeah,
that, just,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
shorten
You
it.
could just, like,
You could.
Yeah.
So the
yeah.
way to
Cut off-
You could
just
just
roll it
Cut off
out.
the excess.
Well, so what they said to fix it, because there was actually a comment about it. Was
Well, we
to
tried
cut
that.
it this way.
Well, yeah, for like the smaller one, we tried that actually at the Techies podcast, but it still just didn't work out. And
Does that make noise on the microphone? Like,
probably,
Yes.
Well, that yes.
probably, yeah. You having
You're welcome.
phone sex with the microphone head probably is audible for the cast.
And then Aries yesterday.
Oh, he's just like
I can't hear it, so it's not
He's like-
happening.
he's like getting this close to the mic and he's scratching his nose with the foam head. I'm just like, you're picking your nose with my microphone.
Saying nothing does not imply consent.
Stop defending the unconscious bodies. Damn it. How else are they supposed to lose their virginity in college?
Ooh.
Oh, man.
Ugh.
What flavor is that one?
It's orange liqueur. It's like, I guess,
Ooh.
it's Grand Gala. I think it's like a budget of Grand Marnier.
Budget?
Yeah, Grand Marnier is like the $100 bottle down there that I have. This is why we have princess cups. So you can get shit
Do
faced.
you want Princess or Frosty?
I prefer Frosty.
Okay.
Princesses are...
That's cold.
I don't think I want Princess back.
It's been staying like that forever, okay? There's no fixing it.
It doesn't look clean.
Frosty's seen some
How,
shit, man.
how dirty is Frosty on the inside?
He just looks dirty.
Oh, it's like a dried period.
Again, not using Frosty.
It's like you didn't know they made him with some
That's some
yellow
bloody
snow.
snow right there.
This is Frosty's
Dr. Pepper mixed with it would be fantastic. I know that.
Ugh.
Coffee?
Coca-Cola?
Coca-Cola?
No, hot chocolate.
Hot chocolate with the orange
Yeah.
liqueur?
Hot chocolate with the orange liqueur.
Okay.
Oh
And your
dear.
mom could even use that for her
Booze balls.
booze balls. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be monstrous because like she did the Kahlua and other ones, and I was like,
You know, she
don't
made
care for-
one this year that was cherry and
oh,
The first one that I had you take a bite of.
Oreo.
Yeah.
I really like that. That would be good with that.
yeah.
I think it was Oreo.
It was
Yeah. Yeah.
booze balls.
Mm.
So
What are those effectively? Because it's got alcohol mixed in.
It's basically cookies that are like smashed up,
Uh-huh.
and then you add enough booze to make them moist.
Don't say.
And
But the alcohol's burned out of them because they're baked or something like that?
No.
Or it's just dough wrapped
that's
in.
the reason why they're booze balls.
And the alcohol's thrown in to like sterilize them.
The alcohol is thrown into basically.
See,
become
that sounds like
the
literally
liquid.
the worst possible thing for me.
Let's get some dough.
See,
Let's throw it in
like,
with all the cookie
You
ingredients
take
you like.
you take the Oreo cookies.
Yeah.
And you smash them up.
pour
Uh-huh.
in the alcohol, let the alcohol soak into the cookies so they're actually mushy,
And
And
then
then
roll
you
them
mush
in
it
the
together.
balls.
and then freeze them
So
or
it's
chill
like
them.
pot brownies but with alcohol.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like no oven required. Like you can make this in the middle of the wood. You just
Well,
need like
no.
Yeah.
You
you just need all the
typically-
smash, Becky.
So
Like
No,
So,
she doesn't freeze them.
she
Right?
doesn't. Does she? No, that wasn't
Oh.
what I was talking about. Doesn't she do the ones where she lets them soak with the cherries for 10 months?
No, those were chocolate covered cherries, and those were amazing.
yeah, like that's
She
a
used
that's
to pour. She used to take like the maraschino cherries. She'd pour all the liquid out,
yeah.
and then she'd pour booze in
Yeah.
and let them sit for the year, and then make
Interesting.
chocolate covered cherries. Like she'd make the fondant, and
That's advanced.
it was
Oh, her mom's a monster when it comes to cooking shit.
yeah.
She's the kind of person that she had that story up at like my Uncle Steven's up in like Atlanta. She just saw this peach menagerie of stuff and just whipped together a full fucking like pie while my aunt is trying to like figure out how to write it down. She's like, nope, just did it.
yeah.
Just
Like,
space wizarded into a fantastic fucking dish.
you know,
Get good.
you know, she had peaches, she had oatmeal, she had sugar, and butter,
Yeah. And just
maybe some flour.
whipped it into a pie or a cup
Yeah.
or something
You
like that.
literally can just sprinkle the flour over, cut up butter, put it in.
Yeah.
You know, take the oatmeal and the brown sugar, mix it up.
Like if
put
I
it
really
in.
wanted to learn how to cook on like a fantastic level, I would need to go over there, but with no expectations of instruction. Just
No.
dive into the chaos and hope you learn something.
Before my Situ, which would have been your great Situ, died, Aunt Arlene
Yeah.
sat with her like making things, and Situ would be like, "Oh, you use this much spice. Well, how much is that much? You know, because your hand and my hand.
Yeah.
Because she'd say, "Oh, it's a handful." Well, is it your hand or my hand? You know, like,
Handful. Like,
Yeah.
And so, you know, Situ would go, "It's this much." So then Aunt Arlene would like
Have her pour it
put it
her
into a
hand.
measuring cup, and
Yes.
you know, so that way it's not so, you know, and like the smell. Aunt Arlene learned to cook like the grape leaves.
Yeah.
She would smell the meat.
Yeah.
I
Right.
taste the meat, you know, but
Yeah.
Aunt Arlene doesn't really eat the raw meat as much just because she doesn't digest it the same way we do
Right.
because of her Crohn's. And so, you know, we,
Dishwasher.
Okay.
yeah, I was going to say it sounded like a
There's a
Dishwasher saying
beep, 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 but like, yeah.
Yeah.
But, you know, so that's how I learned how to make grape leaves was I sat there and would taste the meat and be like, okay, that tastes right, you
Yeah.
know? And that's how I could teach you.
Yeah. I think I'm pretty visual in terms of all the things that at least I cook. At least like with this steak, I either cut it open to check it, or now I just do like 4 minutes,
Well,
call
but
it.
she's talking about the spices and the
Yeah, the
cookies.
spicing and stuff like
spices
that,
and-
yeah.
Yeah,
We-
like meatloaf. I make
probably have to
meatloaf
do it.
the way Aunt Arlene does it with smell.
Yeah.
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 It's like anytime if you give me a recipe, I will follow the recipe one
once,
time.
and then
Right.
after
And
that,
then
you're
after
gonna
that,
modify
I'm
it.
gonna modify it because it's
Yeah.
like, oh, that needed
Just
more
like-
of this, or it needed less of that, or
Just like the first time I made the ziti in the pressure cooker, we made it, and I was just like, okay, less pepper flakes the next time.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Like that's how I. But like meatloaf, when I make meatloaf, people are like, "Oh, what do you put in it?" And I'm like,
Whatever's available.
"Yeah," and you know, and
The
then it's
kitchen
like,
sink.
yeah, and then
Ground
they're
turkey,
like, I have people who
paprika,
hate meatloaf, and they're
olives.
like, "Oh my god, you make the best meatloaf. How'd you do it?" And I'm like, "You just gotta come and I'll show you, you know,
Right.
because it's
Do you
again,
you
I
need to
can
be like,
taste it while I cook
see when
it.
they do that, you
You
need to
put
be
ketchup in your meatloaf, don't you?
I do, and brown sugar.
yeah. See what you need to do is like when they throw that like how'd you make it? Like, do you like to drink? Bring some. We can drink
We can
together,
drink it.
and I can show you how I did it.
Bring you more of your
Yeah.
orange liquors.
Hey,
Your
orange
your
liqueurs
lemon.
are fantastic.
Lemon.
okay?
No,
Limoncello.
it's the lemon.
Oh, your lemon shit. Yeah.
Mm.
She has a freezer. Effectively, was that 3 or 4 bottles
I have
of lemon
3
liquors in
different
there?
lemon liquors in there.
Yeah.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
there are varying sweet versus tart versus what the fuck is in my mouth.
Yeah,
Interesting.
Yeah,
that
like
last one is
mixer
bad.
versus non.
It's like this should be taken as a shot.
That's the lemonetti.
This-
That one is meant to be like in a lemon drop martini or
Yeah.
Mm.
You know,
Some
Where you
are-
have the
adding
extra
sugar.
sugar.
Some you should be like taking a shot. Some you should be mixing, and some you should never bring out
God,
to
I
daylight.
cannot wait to go to Italy and try the different like
Liqueurs and stuff.
yeah,
Oh,
over
yeah.
there, like
Only
That's
except
where we need to go back.
She's a lemon addict.
Yeah.
which
yeah.
is funny because like
Do
I
you
always
suck on
hated
lemons?
lemons.
Oh.
I always hated lemons, and when I was pregnant with Caleb, I drank a lot of lemonade. Like I craved it, and that kid will fucking eat lemons.
Oh yeah, that
He's-
kid will.
He
eat
will.
lemons.
He will cut a lemon open and eat
I've
it.
watched it.
Mm.
Like he would even eat the rinds and stuff when he was little. He doesn't do that as much, but you know.
Mm.
And then after I had him, I went back to like hating lemonade.
you right there are like the British commentator on the African Serengeti. It's like
I don't like this topic. But then after I had my hysterectomy and I stopped the hormone replacement, now I want lemon again.
Oh. You're pregnant.
So it's something.
Your pregnancy juice
was
is
something about
less
the hormones.
lemons
Yeah, it's
on
something
your-
with the hormones in my body
That when you're pregnant or when you don't have them,
Hormone-
you
yeah.
like
Yeah.
lemon.
the
Yeah.
deep craving for lemon is down deep inside you. It just needs to be drawn out.
Exactly.
Actually, it needs to not be suppressed.
Perhaps.
Yeah, because I have nothing suppressing it now.
So like.
Anyways, we went back to that. Too much information.
Please. I want to start running like a gambling ring of like, so what do you think the crazy thing that is gonna happen to this woman when she's pregnant?
Ooh,
Like-
that would be fun. Like,
Yeah.
have like a
Like, and
a
everyone's
betting
involved.
board.
Yeah, betting board.
Yeah.
It's like here's all the women and then Phil and what's gonna happen when
Yeah.
when they're pregnant?
See,
Like
my biggest fear,
they're gonna crave dirt.
no,
Oh.
Right?
because my hips
Her-
dislocate.
How would you know?
Because
Give
my
me
hips
bark.
dislocate. I'm worried about falling,
Oh, yeah.
especially because when you're pregnant, your body produces hormones that cause your hip joints to loosen even more.
Yeah.
That's
to
why you're
loosen
gonna be
even
in a
more.
bed
How to get the baby out.
Right.
forever,
No,
In a wheelchair.
basically.
Oh,
no.
Yeah.
See, if you just wait long enough, you'll just get like a powered exoskeleton, and then it won't be a problem at all.
Basically, like some
But
Master
yet, at the
Chief
same
level
time,
shit.
it's amazing what a woman's body does when it's pregnant because, like, the adjustments that it makes, you know.
Oh, yes.
And, like, adoption is a freaking fantastic thing, I think, you know. But at the same time, those parents, especially when they get a baby as a newborn, they're screwed. Like, they are screwed because the last, like, 4 months of pregnancy, you know, you're so uncomfortable, you can't sleep. It's your body preparing you for when that infant comes around and you're
Yes.
not going to be sleeping.
Yeah.
You know, and it even prepares like your significant other because, you know, you're
Yes.
tossing and turning in bed and you're, you know,
It
Yeah.
is a vital part
kicking and
of the
yeah,
developmental process.
it is.
This is why we have 2 separate beds.
Do you really?
No.
Okay,
It's like-
Donna Reed.
Yeah, that's funny. That's funny. She gets the bed, he gets the floor.
Dick Van Dyke.
When I get to sleep alone though, and she's actually you encountered this recently. So normally I'm the one up till 2 a.m. gaming because of her loving 7 Days to Die because it's much more just co-op and explore and shit.
Yeah,
That's the way I
that's
game.
appropriate.
Yeah.
She's
Like
been
World
up.
of Warcraft, I like love going looking for herbs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there were 2 nights recently where she was the one up till 2 a.m. It's 1 o'clock, and I'm like, I'm going to bed, and everyone's like, what? Like Erin's leaving before Melanie, and I go to bed before her, so I get the full fucking bed basically. And she's like, you're a bitch. You took over the whole fucking bed. And I was like, you see why I love you, but having a guest room I have an option to go sleep in is on the list.
That's like Martin. If he goes to bed before me, he literally takes up the entire bed.
Oh yeah.
If we go to bed together, he sleeps in a spot like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
You
those-
know.
the real estate is partitioned out, like, and that's fine.
Yeah.
We get perfectly fine sleep and everything, but the glamour of
Yeah.
having my queen bed back all to myself, just oh bless us.
And that's
Yeah, just-
why we'll get a king next.
Not California.
See, I
king,
don't
bitch.
like kings because I like.
Too
Well,
big.
you're dating
it's
a
too
queen.
big. You like.
You're a
It feels
gaggle of
intimidating.
queens.
It's
like-
I like being able to like reach over and like touch.
Yeah.
And if you get a king, it's like you're on your side and you're on your side, and you go to reach, and there's like nothing there.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I enjoy the idea of a king.
I had a
because
king with my
when
ex-husband. I
she's-
said I would never do it.
If I go to bed after and she's like
You,
dead
you
asleep,
don't like the no man's land?
Yeah, like I feel like it detaches you. You know.
I'm enjoying the idea of a king where like, because when she's asleep, she's dead asleep. Like,
Yeah, she
I'm
is.
dead.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's great. Which means I can work
Until
on
she
my.
has children.
It means that I can work on my leg presses in the evening by pushing her to the other side of the bed.
I've done that.
Because like it's fucking great. It's like, oh, I'm not gonna wake her. Cool. Rotates, brings up things, and froggers her to the other corner.
Martin and I got in a fight one time. I don't remember what it was about, but I was so fucking pissed. And I went to bed and he's sound asleep, and I literally went, wham!
He just wakes up like, what the fuck just happened? I have no idea, honey. You hit yourself, I think. Get out of that crevice between the bed and the wall.
We don't fight often, but when we do, I make sure that it is like
Yeah, he should be coming over to my house and sleeping so
epic.
he's safe.
I say go big or go home.
Are you vindictive?
I remember
No.
a couple of there are a couple of times where she's gotten so pissed that she just walked out of the house because she was like, "I'm gonna start yelling. There are children in the house. Get the fuck out of my face. I'm leaving right now."
I just have to calm down, and then I can come back and I can be rational.
And that's fair.
But you have to let me.
Well, we've learned to just let each other just brood for like a day or two till they can articulate what needs to be
Yeah,
said.
exactly. Like, but if you get me and I'm still the way the fuck up here, I ain't
Well,
articulating.
I think there's an IQ gain in the fact that like, so the classic idea is that the woman's always bothering the guy's like, what's on your mind? You seem in trouble or something like that. It's like, bitch, shut the fuck up, leave him alone. But dude, you better give her something in a day or two.
Yeah, like when I struggle with my anxiety or my depression, I need like Martin will look at me and he's like, something's bothering you, and I'm like, yes. He's like, we need to talk about it, and I'm like, not yet, but he has figured out like my stages of like processing.
Yeah.
So it's like
He knows when he can bug you.
he
and
knows when
needs to
like
leave you.
sometimes it's like the next day and sometimes it's like the next week, but he's got it like I almost have to have my aha moment and
Yeah.
then I come right at it.
Yeah.
And he's
It's all about finding that moment of
Yeah.
of ability to articulate
Yeah.
the issue.
like that's one of like I think people struggle in relationships is they want to fix everything now and they don't pay attention
Yeah,
to
that's impractical.
the processing time required.
Yes, because the key to any relationship is communication.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like you have to communicate.
This is correct.
But you also, as part of that communication, you also have to learn when to have those conversations and when not to have those conversations.
Yes.
And that's something I've learned, having been divorced, that we both brought something into our marriage that because we learned that from having that previous relationship. It's
Mhm.
like people talk about, especially like when you're older and you date, baggage. You're
I have
bringing
my reference
baggage in, but you need that baggage to learn how to have a healthy relationship.
Yes.
But you have to learn from mistakes.
Yeah. Well, there's a ratio I've heard where like I forget what the negative version of it. If you have like 10 negatives to like 4 positive interactions in your relationship, like on a ratio basis, that it's gonna fail. But if you have like 11 positive to like 1 negative, then it's also gonna fail because there's no challenge.
I'm literally sweating in my seat.
Well,
This room
luckily,
gets hot because we have 2
do
computers.
you want a towel or
and
anything?
5.
Okay.
Airing out.
Just letting it, pass.
Yeah, try to keep the mic like a fist away.
Sorry.
It'll reach.
My hot flash is more important than them hearing me.
That's fair. I think there's enough mics to possibly capture whatever craziness you have to say.
You're also loud.
I am.
I think it's in our family nature,
We had this
literally-
conversation while you were out of the room.
basically.
How-
Yeah.
so
Oh,
you
it
know
wasn't
it's that?
faggots. It was just the loud wood.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And the fact that our family is loud.
Well, even like Uncle Robert will like he'll just talk casually, but you can hear him 2 rooms away.
Yeah.
Like that.
Basically,
Sorry.
Yeah,
You're
Just once wasn't enough.
you're adorable. The quietest one is Uncle Steven. Like in terms of personality.
In terms of personality, but he can talk very
yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like that,
Yeah.
but he has a calm casual that just fills the room.
I think part of that is because Teresa being deaf.
But I love her
has-
not being deaf now. It's
I
the
know,
funniest
it's like-
shit in the world.
she's
Let me
like,
break this down.
Please
for you.
do.
Okay.
oh yeah. Bring
Okay.
everyone up to speed on
Because
this.
more family shit, but we don't give a fuck. They're not.
Yeah, there's a lot of inside information
It
being
is.
bandied
It is
around.
Yeah.
here.
fantastic.
Needs some
Okay.
context.
So, my uncle Steven, he's had a really great wife and helped raise like her kid or something like that.
Yeah.
Teresa has been progressively more deaf over at least my lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
To the point that she was just absolutely deaf a few years ago. Like, it's
Yeah,
5
like
years
hearing
ago,
aids
just-
didn't help. Nothing.
But it was really fun to be at we were at we were at like Thanksgiving or something like that.
And before we get to that, she has a ton of chihuahuas that she breeds for show.
Getting there.
She does not hear
I'm not
them.
gonna forget that detail, dear. I don't need your help in this story. Like,
Excellent.
No.
So it makes it really fun though to like read closed captioning with her and your grandmother and realize that whoever's doing the closed captioning on this show is drunk off their ass.
Oh yeah, like
'Cause
closed captioning.
Sometimes it's just a monstrosity. You're surprised they're not typing motherfucker in there.
She
Yes.
she does read lips.
Yeah, she read lips really well.
She learned
and
how to
she
read
could
lips.
She could read room really well.
Mhm.
Now the big thing is that she trained and owned almost consistently 4 chihuahuas in agility and
she was good. Like I mean,
she won
she
national
had a
championship.
state. Yeah, she had a national championship
Yes,
dog.
yes, and Michael Steven doesn't care for larger dogs than that.
Hmm.
Okay, so and he gets to travel internationally or at least he did for his work. So whenever they came into town, she'd bring the dogs,
Uh-huh.
and so my grandmother's house would turn into a yap fest
Yeah.
the whole time.
And some of them are like the most like Maggie was the best Chihuahua in the entire world.
Oh yeah.
And then she had
Smart.
other ones that were like Shadow was I called her a
Skitsy
bitch.
as fuck. Yeah,
She was a bitch. Like, and I would have to watch her, and she'd bark at me, and then I'd
The
feed
whole
her,
time.
and then she'd be nice to me. And I'd tell her, go get in your box. And so I was like, that's a bitch in a box.
So
Anyways.
her deafness is there, and I think usually with how it breaks down, especially with like the mosquito ringtone,
Mhm.
is that the higher frequencies will go first in your ability
Yes.
to hear.
Yeah, she can't hear the higher frequencies,
Yeah.
but she
Okay.
still has some of the low pitch, I thought.
She did. Like, so
Yeah.
for instance, when Mart and I first started dating, this would have been almost 14 years ago now, she can hear him,
Mhm.
but she couldn't hear me.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. And like, funny enough, this was when we still lived in Atlanta. We had taken our Labrador to her house and he barked and she spun around and was like, what the hell was that noise? And it was like, that's a dog barking.
Yeah. So
But she couldn't hear the chihuahuas.
I would say in the last
all.
year,
Uh-huh.
she got one of those brain implants.
She got the cochlear.
Yeah, the
Oh.
cochlear or whatnot. Yeah.
Okay.
So the
Mhm.
coquito, and so now.
Coquito.
So
Also known as Puerto Rican nog.
it goes in your brain and helps you hear better.
I made it and it tasted like cinnamon toast, like the
Crunch.
normal
Yeah, we made
cinnamon
it.
toast
Yeah.
crunch.
We made it for
What
yeah.
the hell?
Yeah, our whole Friendsgiving lost their damn minds.
Yeah.
So I go over to my grandparents. Steve and Teresa are in town, and they're playing cards, and I join on in. And Teresa's like just throwing wine back, and
She does like her wine.
yeah, and Steven's just hanging out with like a whiskey and coke or something, or a whiskey sour or some shit.
Mhm.
And I get that update, and the dogs are there, of course. And she just keeps sort of like getting a jump, and like, or just she either jumps or she's just yelling at them to shut the fuck up. And I'm like, wait. And I look at Steve. I was like, is she hearing this for the first time? He's like, yep. This is the first time in 20 years she's gotten to hear her own dogs. And she's like, yeah, and they're annoying as fuck. And I'm just sitting there going like, this is what you get. This is what you get. This is what you put us through for the past 20 years.
See, things like this are like one of the reasons why I believe in karma, because every now and then it's like your whole life has been building up to this moment, and man, am I happy to be here to witness it just destroy you.
Yeah. I have
She's great.
traveled with her. She's hysterical. I've traveled
She's
with
great.
her. But it's she has to be looking at you. So
Didn't she answer the phone one time?
oh yes, okay. I have
Wait, she could hear the phone.
two stories for you
Okay.
that are so she would also rescue chihuahuas
Mm-hmm.
as they were older.
You know, put them in
so
her
that
purse,
they
leave
would-
them all.
Yeah, they would have a good life at the end. So
Yeah.
She had this one Sunshine that
She
I
feeds
think
those
it was
dogs
like.
better than she
Can I
feeds
get
herself.
some of that?
Yeah.
Please? Thank you.
This bottle was free. I don't give a fuck.
So, anyways, I swear to God, this chihuahua was like 50 years old. And, I
I did
was-
that for the bottle.
baby. Hey, I would like to point out that every time I picked my phone up, I have put it back down
On the
on the
coaster.
coaster. Have you noticed that? Because I wanted to make sure.
Get back to your story.
You were drinking. I was waiting because I didn't know if you could do two things at
The
once.
camera's recording you just fine. This isn't about me. It's about you and
It's
the
about the audience.
Yeah.
I
Steer
know, but
directly
it's
that
kind
way.
of fun to like annoy him. It's
Oh.
my job
That's literally okay. Real quick.
as his
The thing-
older cousin.
No. I have many different groups of friends, but the one thing they all get together on every single time is, oh, you like to shit on Aaron? We're best friends now. That's literally the bonding point of every group of friends.
single time.
Every single time.
Every single
Like,
time.
Like I
So
get.
they would all love me
I-
because
No, I could
Yes.
solve the Israel problem by befriending the Muslims, the Israelites, and the Christians.
Yeah.
Basically, it's like, oh, you like to shit on this individual? Well, we'll throw away 3,000.
Hey, I have always said that you could create world peace if you sent a woman in on her period to solve a conflict.
Yep.
It'd be done.
I
Yep.
think so.
Like,
Are we
send
running?
If you
Gaggle of women because I just like the word gaggle.
if you put women in charge of politics,
You would
it
love
would just
this
be a
goose
cold
game. I
war.
think
Yes.
you would love the goose game. We need to get that game and have you play that shit.
Oh,
You know that, yeah?
Yes.
Untitled Goose Game.
Yeah. Okay.
You
I'm in.
can quack like a goose.
So are you running on the idea that a woman on her period is the most efficient creature in human existence?
Oh fuck yeah!
Okay.
it's definitely the most powerful.
Right? Especially when I had a period, like
Well,
you-
I
yeah.
can still channel that.
You had
you channel the
extraordinary-
emotion, but you're kind of sitting there like, hormones would be great if you could just like squirt a little bit. and
Well,
help
it's
you,
not
like,
even
powerless.
the hormones. It's the pain
Oh,
that comes
God,
with
there's
it as
just like a
well that
bu-
makes it
Yeah,
like
you just have to like
Activate.
push through.
She's a
there's
transformer.
there's a level of
It's like Edgar.
fuck this bullshit.
Yeah.
We are taking care of this shit
I
because
do
I am
not like
hurting
the
and I'm
fact that
done.
Edgar's eyes just go out to either side when he's just sticking out of that.
If you were being pushed out of a vagina, that's what your eyes would do too.
You know? Can't really argue with that.
What just happened? What just happened?
There's a reason why a baby's skull is not fused together.
Right?
When
Fucking
it's
color
born.
it.
Look at shit.
It's got to be able to do this. So see, if it's coming out and it does not, look at its eyes. Like
Yeah, it's a fish for the first time in its life.
For the first time.
I have water coming out of my eyes.
It's called tears.
What is this
Oh my
emotion?
God.
William is saying, "Why have you not got her around more?"
Oh, this is probably possible. Well, you have a whole family to fucking deal with, and your gaggles.
I do.
And you have very strong introvert
And
moments.
and you choose
do.
not to come to my annuals and run train, basically.
I have been,
You
know,
have showed
getting-
up before the party
I'm-
started, and then you left with your ward.
I think it's my
You
stress
left with-
is really
You left with
it'll
your tax.
get better. My tax, yes.
Have you heard of this concept?
Hmm?
Of
It
the
hurts
tax?
Aaron's feelings.
Have you heard of the tax?
He's
Uh,
a tax.
I don't think so.
Yeah. Okay, so there are certain couples. So like where the person that you're probably previously friends with, it's their relationship.
Sure.
So like, and our mutual friend is Mercedes and Mitch.
Mm-hmm.
Mercedes is the friend that connects us to Mitch, but we call it Mercedes and Mitch. That's how it leads.
Yes.
So
That
But which one would you
Mitch.
rather be there? Is Mitch?
quite kind of. Like Mercedes is actually like it's a toss up really between those two.
Then they're probably not a good example.
They're not. Yeah, they're really
Yeah.
not because
So,
we really
like-
Oh, go
enjoy
fuck
both.
Okay,
you.
for instance,
Go
you
fuck
have
yourself.
a
I know
Ryan
where
and
you're going.
Oliver.
couple.
Ryan and
Yes,
Oliver.
Ryan and Oliver. Oliver.
I love Ryan. I like Oliver's great.
I know. For you,
I'm very different.
Oliver's the tax. That's what's really funny about
I know.
this.
I
yeah.
flipped the text.
But so say
Just need to
you
complete
have
the
two
explanation.
people.
Okay. So let's get the definition
Okay.
out there.
You have two people, and the one person is who brought in the friendship.
Yes.
Okay, but the other person is really who is the more personable person, and everybody really
Like
likes
you find
them.
out you like Mitch more than you like Mercedes.
Yes.
Right.
Okay. So you want Mitch there, but you have to
Invite
invite
Mercedes.
Mercedes. And I hope
Mercedes is the tax.
Mercedes is technically the tax.
Okay, so yes, you are the tax.
Oh yeah, in this relationship, tax. But you know what we realized? Rico, Ryan and Oliver's dog.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the tax.
Technically, we are the tax to Rico because everybody wants Rico there.
Yeah.
So both humans are tax for the dog.
To the dog. And
Yeah.
Jacob too. Yeah, like technically.
My family now has an incredibly amusing version of this where my parents own 2 Shih Tzus. One of them is just a dog, like a cute, adorable meatloaf of a dog. Her name is Cassie.
Is it covered in ketchup?
Could be. She shows her affection by like lightly headbutting you and then falling down, just waiting for you to scratch her. Like just a dog. The other one is Bowie. He has heterochromia. He has a messed up face. He's like the tinier, thinner one, and he is the sassiest thing on the planet. My sister loves that dog like nothing
So
else.
your parents are the tax to that dog
The-
when they bring him to
The
visit.
parents are as well, and also Cassie is.
Yeah.
So it's like I have to show this other dog constant attention to make up for how she's constantly getting brushed off by my sister, who
Yes.
just can't stop loving this other dog.
See? You understand,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
tax.
So we
guess
need to
I like
we need to meet your other half so we can discern who's taxable and who's of interest.
Yeah, see, everyone calls my husband the tax.
Yeah.
And most people call Ryan the tax to Oliver. And
Yeah.
I'm the only exceptional one.
Yeah, yeah.
No, well,
He
Ryan's-
prefers Ryan.
Ryan's the
I
cynical.
love Ryan.
Yeah.
Ryan's the cynical one
And-
that just
and
like
the
brushes me
other
off
thing
and
is
crushes me
is,
the
like,
whole time.
Oliver, the thing with Oliver is that sometimes Oliver can be too much when you're in an introvert mode.
Yeah, but Ryan will sit there and shut the fuck up for hours.
Did I say Oliver? I said Oliver, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oliver, because
Oliver's the
Oliver
bubbly
is
one,
so
Ryan is the cynic.
personable and
Yeah.
you know,
He's honey and Ryan is vinegar.
yes.
Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. And I don't like salt and
Ryan
vinegar.
will even say that he's vinegar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what he thinks about me. He's like, why does this fucker
No,
want-"
he thinks you're hysterical.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I love
He's
that
like,
man.
why does this fucker like me so much?
Yeah.
What the fuck are you sitting here for?
First day I met him, I sat down with a grin on my face. Like, I don't know why, but I officially love this man in the corner.
Where does that door go?
That
To
goes
the
to the front
hallway?
door.
Yeah.
Like, the front door is literally behind that
Oh.
webcam.
I was just curious.
Yeah,
why
that's
it
a
had
passage to Narnia.
We
We
actually-
don't go there.
So many like it has so
Whole
many
county.
locks on it.
Because we
gosh.
have all of our technology in here.
Yeah.
Got it.
So technically those doors can both open,
right.
but then all of our technology and everything is easily accessible for guests.
Yeah. Like, this used to be a walkthrough until I turned it into a bedroom from Airbnb, and I put, like, that latch on. But then, like, those doors will, like, move enough into the
yeah, because
wall
they're
that you
pocket
can walk
doors.
through. So we
Yeah.
threw the latches up there. But now, because of like how these front rooms of the house heat up so easily with at least the screen door, these sliding glass doors, that we'll actually open that door and open up the right door. Mhm.
Okay. Anyways.
There's like one window in this whole house. Everything else is sliding glass doors, or like full body windows with skylights.
See,
Yeah.
I never like that.
I don't like this house.
Yeah.
Don't like this house. I don't know what kind of house I'd like, but saw this one.
Yeah. I really like the place I'm in right now. I didn't know if I would, but I do. 'Cause
No.
It's like there's a big living area.
No, you
there's-
got a backyard too. You have a real
We
backyard.
do.
I have a slope.
I mean, we have the dog disposal zone. The dog goes there. It's momentarily out of the way, and then it comes back.
He has a big furry dog.
We
He's got a fucking giant dog.
yeah.
Well,
His
it-
dog.
It's not Nikki's
Is
Great Dane
here.
big,
Oh,
but
nice.
it's like
Yes.
it's just below Great Dane. It's just
Yes,
below.
it is a Great Pyrenees. He is roughly 1 year old right now.
He could eat you.
I was gonna say he weighs more than you do.
He weighs 90
He
pounds.
will. He
Yeah.
will.
What are you, $130?
I am 140, pretty much on the dot.
Oh yeah, because you work out a lot.
I do.
Yeah.
I'm quite pleased at that.
This is good. This is good.
140, 145. That's my goal.
And that's good to have goals. That's
Right.
good to have goals. I hang out at like 145,
Hey.
150.
You've made a lot of progress, especially once you started doing the keto.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, new haircut. Nice and cute. I like the new cute.
Thank
It looks
you.
good. It looks good.
I like it.
Well,
Except, did you notice the more gray through here? It's kind of funny. Like,
you have a child and you have Martin, and you have a dog that has a liquor problem. So
he does have a liquor problem.
Really?
He's got a huge liquor problem.
He does. He's so
honey, can you
funny.
please try to have that mic
No.
like in front of you, a fist away at some point?
I
'Cause
am
you're-
impressed. She's actually been sitting in the chair fairly normal.
right.
For
Right.
you,
She wonders why she can't hear
okay.
herself on these recordings.
Majority of the time,
There's a
I've
reason
been
I'm
sitting like
constantly
this.
readjusting this
Yeah.
thing.
I
Yeah.
was also sitting like this.
yeah.
I've been sitting like
That's
this.
where I've
That's
increased
what I
the
said.
volume
It's
on her
fairly
mic.
normal for you.
I don't know, maybe we just need to deal the
That's
entire
fair.
time with just like, this is the silent comedy corner.
Basically.
There are gestures, there are sounds, but
Like,
you don't
there
know what
shouldn't
it
be
is.
sidebar in the podcast, but
That's the sidebar.
we have yet. Well,
Like,
two conversations going at once equals one's a sidebar. So like to run
Right.
that's where a lot of this I'm just doing to get people to like do it once or twice, and then I'll start going on me. If you want to have a good show, when someone starts talking, everyone kind of needs to shut the fuck up.
yes.
Like once you can when everyone can start identifying what's the main vein to go on, so that there's not even little sidebar stuff like what we've done throughout this podcast here and there. Is like you're jumping into the story or I'm jumping into like a story, and everyone's gonna understand to shut the fuck up so the audience can focus on one thing.
Oh, that's boring.
I know, but it can turn into an acceptable flow.
It could.
But I also accept your chaos.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get Naziist about it. Just
Organized chaos.
Yeah, it's chaos with an Excel spreadsheet. I'm not sure if the spreadsheet's gonna get used, but at least it's on the table.
The Excel spreadsheet is chaos. I fucking hate them.
I love them. Like,
Do you
they're
know
my
the shortcuts?
spirit animal.
See, my only times I deal with spreadsheets is where I need to gather the information for an entire university's course lists.
Oh.
Oh, just a bunch of copy paste.
Yes.
Oh no, we make
No.
we make
We
them.
make,
My
like-
budget.
That
sheet
is the
great.
only way I deal with them, and it has
I need to send my
created
budget
a
to
deep
Arius so he has
hit of hatred.
he has a reference point.
What do you do?
My technical title is academic researcher. I work at Full Sail University. I am, currently the only member of my team because my boss has quit this week.
So you're like in charge?
I don't know. I am sitting in a nebulous zone of I don't know what the fuck. In the middle, like right after having started a project to compare every single course we have with other universities.
Interesting.
So
That does not sound like it's appealing to me at all. Sounds like a lot of reading.
it is a lot of reading. It is also like maximum possible job security because I work in like the most back end of the back end.
I didn't finish it. Ooh, that would burn my nose.
Serves you right, bitch.
That's what you get.
I need to check the pricing on this orange liqueur because I think it's coming really popular.
Spilt it.
It is. It has a wonderful aftertaste.
Oh yeah,
See,
it tastes like Florida.
it does.
I like the amaretto better.
Mm.
You know
That one's gross. I like amaretto. I like amaretto and white chocolate fondue.
Oh.
Colorado Fondue Company.
White chocolate fondue. Isn't that melted cheese? Isn't fondue
Yes.
melted cheese?
and melted chocolate.
You can
It's
make
anything
chocolate-
you can
Fondue is anything that you can melt.
melt and dip. It's like a
That seems like too wide-reaching.
That's
a
the reason.
definition.
That's
so,
the reason
so
why
instead of a chocolate
fondue
fountain,
is a ballet term that means to stretch, to melt into the ground.
so instead of a chocolate fountain, it's just a bowl of liquid chocolate,
yeah,
and off you go with your fruits and your chocolate.
and cheese.
yeah.
When have you done this recently? Because I feel like this is a
It's like the
fantastic.
melting pot.
Yeah, the melting pot. Actually, Colorado Fondue is better. I mean, it's
Is that in
worse. I
town?
don't want that secret out. Yeah, it's over there at Redbug
No one
Road.
watches this. You're good.
Okay, it's over there at Redbug Road.
This will have one
in
view and it'll be
Cimarron.
me.
Oh wow, that's like right around the corner.
Yeah, we should go. It's really good.
Word.
Okay, to your mother.
Thank you for that great bit of input. We're back in the 90s.
Kind of.
Bringing it back.
Which mother?
Hello. I'm pretty sure there's I was.
We're all born in the 90s, basically, except for were you late 80s? Yeah, 91.
Wow.
Like, are you sucking up for what?
Wow.
I'm playing-
Do you remember how old I am?
I'm pretty brain dead right about now. I'm pretty brain dead.
I was born
how
in the
old do
late
you think she
70s.
is?
Well done.
Yeah,
Good job.
78. I'm
year.
41. I'm not one
I
of
think
those women that's like,
I think it
don't
runs
ask
on.
me my age. I don't
Yeah.
give a fuck.
I'm
Ask
running on
me.
the train
I'll
of.
tell you how much I weigh, too.
See, I don't get people who it's like, oh no, I'm younger than this. It's like, no, it means you've survived this long,
Right?
like, Currently, you're on your world record of how long you've been living.
right?
Yeah.
Like
Today is my oldest day ever.
I want you to understand.
Yeah.
It's more of I don't care than like me being like
You know,
really trying to kiss ass, because
I know
kissing
this
your
is-
ass is not going to do me any good. I'm still tax. Like
You are.
there's no upgrading
Yeah.
from like tax level.
We have had this discussion that if they ever break up,
It's like
which
you can move
I'll
into
kill
a
them if
different
they ever break
tax
up.
bracket, but
But I retain custody of Mel.
basically. Like,
Yeah. I mean, he's my blood, but you know.
Yeah, but that
that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
No.
She has-
but I'm basic. I lived with her for almost 2 years, just about.
Yeah, she's like my
And-
daughter, so.
Yeah, we actually when we would go out,
Even
when
though I had her at like 13, but you know, whatever.
quick maths. Quick maths.
Hey,
yeah,
Man, you were a whore.
but we would go out, me, Sonya, Martin, Caleb, and Peyton, and they would think that I was the oldest child.
They did. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Reese.
Especially because I'm blonde, Caleb's blonde.
What's the
Peyton's
age gap
blonde.
with you and Martin?
9.
He's
Almost exactly.
So he's
9.
a pedo. He's a pedo in this situation with Melanie, basically. 9, 10, 11, 12. So he's 22, you're 13. To like have her as your daughter.
It would be weird.
It's very weird.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted to go there real quick.
Yeah.
Just so
Actually,
we
how
have
many
the
years
math
is
down.
between us?
He's a pedo tag.
How old are you?
Mm.
Well, I'm getting ready to turn 27.
The IRS knows him and sends him diapers.
Yeah, actually, I would have been 14 and a half. Or
Oh.
about 14 when I
Okay,
had
well
her.
now it's fine.
Yeah.
So I was at least in high school.
Now it's like legal in Texas.
Right? Well, no, I would
Under, like, the-
actually,
under-
I would have been 8th grade at 14.
Yeah, it's like
in
Romeo and Juliet
February.
rules.
Yeah.
It's like Romeo and
Yeah.
Juliet rules in Texas. Yeah.
Yeah.
You and Martin
Yeah.
could totally bang in
The-
Texas in this timeline.
Right. The family that lives across from Aunt Darlene now, the girl that's close to my age, she had her first child either in 7th or 8th grade.
Yeah, that was
when I
happening
was
with us.
when I was in
Yeah.
middle school, there was a girl that was in 6th grade that was pregnant.
Yeah. It's not great.
Do I need to refill it?
Poor life choices.
Oh no, it's still a little bit left.
Ooh. Nose hair.
Maximum context.
I need the lighting to show. Okay, no. Wait, what? Okay, no nose hair in the glass.
No, it was burning though.
Oh, okay, I was just like, did you have something drop in the glass here? I'm concerned.
No.
I think everybody but you got that.
I would be
I think
really
he got
worried
it.
if
He's
someone
just
has
being
nose hair
stupid.
just falling
Falling.
out.
Kind of that, and kind of like, is there anything in here that I don't want in my body? Like I want alcohol and partially dissolved plastic. I don't want your nose hair in my
No,
gut.
no,
Yeah.
no.
Don't want anything
I
that's
wasn't
organic.
drinking nose.
Exactly.
I was burning them.
Well,
Everyone's
no.
burning their nose on. Well, you burnt your nose. Have you burnt your nose drinking this alcohol? Why are you like coughing the alcohol into your nostril cavities?
It wasn't. It was just
Seems wrong.
The
No.
fumes
The evaporation.
yeah.
cleaning your
See.
sinuses.
But okay, it's better than the absinthe.
Well, that and I kind of held it on my mouth for a minute
Mm.
before I swallowed.
Yeah. See,
you never
I
tried my absinthe, did you?
Yeah, it's all gone.
I need to make it again.
basically don't need to worry about a burned nose because my sense of smell is so bad. Like, the strongest alcohol will get my senses cleared enough to be, like, normal.
Oh no.
Did you ever try my absinthe?
I don't
No.
know.
We could almost count on. We had several Airbnb guests, like with Renee
We had
and
a
Kevin.
handful of Airbnb guests, but the majority of
So-
it went at the
Needs to
party.
be porn. That's a long time.
Okay.
I love how like these two legs are like.
Yep. It's like the joke of Edward being the one in the hole has gotten very advanced over
Oh,
the
it's
years.
fantastic. Edward's inside himself now. Edgar's inside himself now. It's still my favorite bit out of all of like Rooster Teeth content. That episode,
Do
you
the
feel better now?
animation version, everything about that is
Do you feel
Once a
better now?
year, I go back and watch the episode where Ryan pulled that off because just Michael's reaction is the funniest thing in the world.
so fucking great.
Like, just
There. See, now we can
screaming,
be
"You
feeling on
bastard!"
Now
How?
he's involved.
Yeah. You need to have something like on the back wall.
I know.
It is a work in progress.
Yes, like I can get a
So I'm
wall.
watching my arms.
Yeah.
I can get like a wall tapestry up there of like the logo or even both logos for the two podcasts.
Something.
It's just getting to the pay cycle that lets me do that because I got like spent $300 on all these cameras and everything when I could have just
Yeah.
bought like both tapestries and had the background. But when I realized I could probably pull off a multi-camera set, which
But
would
we
really
could
help.
even like just paint it something like.
Well, we're probably not going to sell this house, so we can kind of do whatever we want. But how hard is it then to rent it when this wall is like blue or a mural or some shit?
Paint it.
Yeah, we have yet to paint anything. So the task of painting, while very simple for those that have done it even just once, we go,
I'll paint it.
I want to paint it. So I know how to, so I can actually say I painted something like by myself
well,
and run with it.
We could even like come up with a design and paint it. And
Yeah.
then when it's
Well, we need to
I'm
time
in
take-
my own bedroom.
I need to take these boards off and fix the drywall holes that are here.
Well, that's easy.
Mm.
Yeah.
Just tell me when. We'll come do it.
Yeah. So
You know.
we're taking a long time to get the fuck out of this house, basically. We got a lot of shit.
It's very important to make sure that you're properly set up before you make a big move like that.
This
Well,
is true.
yes.
The other thing is that I have to get my surgery taken care of first.
Yeah, she's got her surgery. My mom's
Yeah.
dog is about ready to pass,
got-
so that needs to be done.
I have hip surgery that I'm getting ready to have done. So I've done dance for years,
Right.
and so hip injuries are very common in dancers. So I have a torn labrum, and the labrum is the cartilage that surrounds the outside of the ball and socket joint in the hip that
Right.
actually creates the vacuum seal. And so there is a very large tear in the
Mm.
labrum. And so basically the surgeon said we'll do a hip scope, which is where they have two incisions. They put a camera in one, the tools in the other, and then if there's enough cartilage there to repair it, they'll make the repair. If not, they'll just cut out all the torn cartilage to make it clean so it's not catching on anything, because that's part of what's causing the pain.
Right.
And the good thing about it is that he said regardless of if they can repair it or they have to cut it out, no increased rates of arthritis because it's on the outside as opposed to in the ball and socket joint.
That is good.
Yes.
So
That's
yeah.
a relief.
That'll be like the recovery was pretty quick though.
Yeah,
It was at least
he
forecasted
said
to be really quick.
he said typically next day you can shower by yourself, 3 to 4 days on crutches, out of work for 7 to 10 days, and then I just can't go back to doing things like ballet or running, that type of stuff, until 8
You're not a
weeks
runner,
later.
though.
She's
I'm
not.
not.
Ballet. It's the ballet and the dance and the
The
like,
circus and the,
the
contortion.
circus. Yeah,
yeah.
that's where she's gonna
It's-
struggle.
It's
That's
really
why I've stopped doing like trapeze
Yeah, so
on
you don't
Fridays. So
feel
it's not
it.
a yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting how many like kind of like hobbies just steadily destroy you over time. Like my oldest friend, Stephen Trewick, played
Yep.
in the Winter Park.
Yep, marching band. He was a tuba.
He was a tuba, and now he has like a fucked up disc that leaves him in near constant pain.
Because of the tuba.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's like a 50-pound instrument you're just carrying around for hours.
Yep.
Yeah.
You would think that as advanced as we've become with so many things, they would have
Apparatus.
yes that would like help with some of the like drummers. You know, a lot of your marching band drummers, they've come up with things that help.
Yeah.
Put all the weight on your hips as opposed to just on your
Yes,
back. Yeah.
and they, but
A lot of one thing I've noticed is there are so very many things that are really easy fixes that we don't apply because we don't think it's enough of an issue.
yes, yeah, you don't like. There's so many things that we do that you don't realize it's an issue until you get closer to my age, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, well, that hurts to walk up the stairs.
Yeah. Like that's
know?
I feel like that's one of the reasons why this latter half of this decade has been everyone in the world transitioning to healthy diets, because it's like, oh, you mean the previous century of our eating habits has been murdering
Yeah.
the shit out of us?
Yeah,
Well,
well, at least the American diet really.
Yeah.
is.
It's much more than American. But like, I mean, even me. I mean, I had both my knees completely reconstructed in the 8th grade.
They're now made of Legos.
Mm.
I wish, but I'll eventually have to have them completely replaced. But I still, yes, I didn't run. Yes, I didn't do things, but there were still things that I was like,
Yes,
I'm
but
going to, I'm going to do this despite the pain that it's going to cause me because I didn't want to limit myself, even though I knew good and well I probably shouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is that's how a lot of women with sex are.
Yeah.
Because my mom had the same issue where it hurt to even put a tampon in.
Yeah.
And
I had that
she
issue.
and she said, and for her it was that there was a mass down there. But the guy that she was with basically said, how are you having sex if it hurts to put a tampon in? She says, there are just things you deal with when you want something more than the pain.
Yeah. Yeah. Because you want that connection with your partner. You want that. And you also want them to have that enjoyment. And so you just
Deal with it.
take it and you just shove it in the back room and,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, there's lots of things I've done that with my knees that I should have never done.
Yeah.
But,
Jumping upstairs.
yeah. But I said, you only live once.
Yeah. That's one of the reasons why over the past year, I've gotten really into physical exercise just to make sure that all possible bits are as healthy as I can get them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I mean, that's why I've been working hard to try and lose the weight is because, every extra pound you have on, it hurts all your joints, but your knees are,
Yeah.
they are, a lot of people think the back is the center of your body. It's really your knees. I mean, I can say that with
certainty.
Because your back, with your back, you can go into a wheelchair just as easy, as you can with your knees. But with your back, you can still, as long as your knees are working, you can still walk. It's going to hurt, but once you're moving, you're good.
Yeah.
But your knees, once they're gone, they're gone.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I'd still just.
I'm waiting to see what my career of soccer does to me.
And see, I couldn't even do that.
Yeah.
Like, I knew well enough to not do
soccer.
Sports.
Yeah.
I don't run. I do walk, like my goal this year is, we had gotten into doing 5Ks and I was doing really well with them. And this last year, medical stuff like that, it just kind of knocked me off balance.
Especially with Caleb.
Yeah, like between Caleb and my mom and my, just my family in general, like I got out of my routine. And my goal is to get back to doing 5Ks. I can't run them, but I'd like to be able to walk them in 45 minutes.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think that's a pretty good goal. I don't think it's a, unreasonable goal.
Yeah.
I think walking, a mile in 15 minutes is.
Yeah, sure. And regardless of how much you end up accomplishing at the end of the day, it's still more than you're doing otherwise. Like,
Exactly.
It's still a net positive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like the, negativity stuff. You see a heavy person out walking and someone makes fun of them. You know what? They're out there doing it.
Yeah.
Your ass is sitting on the couch. They're at least out there doing it.
Yeah. Like, I have so much respect for people like that who are actually putting in the effort.
Yeah. Because it actually takes a lot more effort for them to do it than it does the four of us.
There are actually, people that I've watched, with their journeys through weight loss. And, there was one where her doctors said, you really need to lose more weight before you start exercising because you have so much weight that the amount, like, even low amounts of exercise are going to be very difficult for you.
Yeah.
And they still do exercise anyways because they're so dedicated to it. There's one individual that started his weight loss journey this year, and he's almost 400 pounds, I think. And so he's lost. My favorite thing is that he's made it into a game because he was very big into gaming. And so every 2 pounds is a level.
Oh, I love that.
Yes. So he was like, for the first week, he lost almost 15 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah.
All he did was drink less sugar and eat less sugar.
Yeah.
And
the sugar thing.
You know what? It's actually very good that he's comparing it to a game because think about it. I have to go old school because I played it, but World of Warcraft, you could go from 0 to 15
super easy.
Like boom. But then once you hit 15, it starts getting a
XP
little
requirements.
harder.
The XP requirements go up.
Yeah,
Yep.
and the it's the same thing with weight loss. the more weight you need to lose,
The easier
the
it is at the
easier it
beginning.
is at the beginning.
Yes.
You know, so like, say you wanted to lose 5 pounds, I need to lose 20 pounds. Well, my first 5 pounds are going to be easy,
Yes.
but those next 15 could take me the same amount of time that it'll take you to lose 5.
Yes.
You know, because it becomes
Yeah.
harder.
Everyone works off of different metrics.
Yes.
Everyone does. Like, I am 5'6", I am 140 pounds, so anything I accomplish compared to, like, the average person, like, I think the American average...
5'8"
Well, you
for a
have
man.
body
Like
type.
5'8",
You have to have
5'9".
run body type comparison between like ectomorphic, mesomorphic, and like
Yes.
the third one.
Oh, you're using big words again. Quit that.
Well,
I
If
love
you look like a potato, it's going to be harder than
Yeah.
if you look like
Well-
a stick.
And the other thing that
Yeah.
people need to realize, like, you know,
Skinny,
in the
fat, and
society that we live in, we're in a very judgmental society. And
Fuck you.
one of the things that
I'm not judgmental. Piss off.
am very conscious of, because, and Mel knows this probably more than anybody, one of the things I'm very conscious of is not judging someone who's overweight, because you don't know, you know, you can't say, oh, just stop eating the fucking
Yeah.
burger. I didn't gain my weight because of the fucking burger. I actually don't lose weight quickly because I don't eat enough.
Right.
And
You
your
know,
body
I
goes
am
into
not-
starvation mode, so it holds on to
yes.
everything.
I'm not an eater. I've never been an eater.
Yeah.
It's weird. I'm a Solomon. I don't like food. You understand? Yeah. Like, our family loves food. My life does not revolve. I literally forget to eat lunch.
Mm.
So my body goes into starvation mode, but also my weight is from hormones
Yes.
and medicine. Every time, you know, I'm one of those people that every time they switch my birth control, I gain 10 pounds. And then after I had my hysterectomy, every time they switched my estrogen, I gained weight. And then the thing that sucked was, as I lost weight, they'd have to adjust my estrogen to my weight.
and so it would be
And then
put
guess
right back
what?
on.
It would put the weight back, you know?
Right.
So, like, you don't, you know, like, I think our society has become too PC. Like,
Yes.
way too PC.
We've reached the point where I think enough people have recognized it, and it's starting
We're
to get...
starting to come back down. But at the same time, I also believe in kindness.
Yes.
And, you know, you don't need to be so judgmental.
I don't know.
I know exactly what it is, and I'm irritated because they've been here before.
Oh, no.
So they're here early.
No, they're here on time. I told them they could come early. It's that they're bothering me.
Oh.
Instead of coming through the garage.
Yeah,
How
they have
fucking
a garage
dare.
code. They don't need to talk to me.
Ah, gotcha.
Where were we?
Sorry. But you
with-
know.
Yeah.
with the weight loss thing, like, for example, I know the reason that I've gained as much weight as I have is just because of the birth control.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, because the hormones, they fuck with you a lot.
Oh, they do.
Yes.
Like,
It's
know,
the biggest. It's
and-
the biggest contributor.
while men don't experience it to the same
Degree.
level women do, what most people don't understand is men have those hormonal imbalances just
Yes.
as much as women.
Yeah.
It's like
Men PMS.
yes, they do. Everyone does. You know, and like my hormonal imbalances have like before I had my hysterectomy, I struggled with depression and anxiety.
Yeah.
Now I struggle with anxiety, depression.
Mm.
So my depression was worse before, and now, but my anxiety was very minimal. It really had to be something like
Yeah.
Astronomical.
huge to, you know, like my infertility stuff I dealt with to really set me off. Now it's the opposite way. Now my anxiety is, you know, like I deal with social anxiety, hence why I come to errands before everyone shows up.
Yeah, she misses the
versus,
ribs, which I appreciate that she
Yeah.
doesn't eat my ribs.
you know. But
You don't got much meat on them.
I know they're like, no. But you know, but the depression is very minimal, and I can usually figure out what's causing it and jump
Yeah.
on it. He's so cute.
Cannibalism is
know.
not socially acceptable. Okay.
And yet I still reach into Moody's.
Need Ryan on here to like help.
You should get Ryan on here. It's a lot
should
of
have
fun.
Ryan
There's
on
a
here.
lot of
Just
Ryans.
don't talk politics with him.
No.
Like keep him away.
Actually, I was
from
able to.
politics.
I think we were able to. Me and Eris were able to avoid politics pretty well yesterday. Like we Well, I don't think Eric's doesn't care enough.
Yeah.
So like he cares, but he just recognizes the futility of spending all of your time on it when it only matters.
He's not someone like Ben Shapiro. He studies politics and what's going on.
That's Ben Shapiro's job.
I would say, yeah, that's literally
That's his
his job.
fucking job. That's what he's centered his life around for the past
Because he
2
enjoys
decades.
it.
Only talk
Yeah.
politics with people who have an open mind.
Yes. That is very much the case.
Because whether you're liberal or conservative or I'm liberal or conservative, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I want to understand why you feel the way you do, and I will accept the way you feel the way you do. I might change because of what you've explained to me.
Yes.
I might change the way I feel, but don't go into the conversation trying to change me.
Here's the funny thing. When it comes to politics and people's opinions, and especially political issues, every side of the coin agrees on what the issues are.
Yes.
We just don't agree on how to fix them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So can I have some vodka, please?
We don't
And
have
by vodka, I mean water.
Oh, I was like,
Come
actually,
on.
I was on the.
You
wait.
knew where I was.
No,
I
no,
knew
no.
exactly where she was
Actually, we
talking
do have
about.
vodka. We do have
I
vodka.
don't actually want vodka. Is that the apple cider?
Oh, yeah, the
Tennessee
Winter Jack?
whiskey.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that.
the
Oh my
bottle's
god,
on
it's so good.
It's empty, but yeah.
Oh no, mine's in the freezer, and I use it very sparingly because I know it's something that's only
Seasonal. I will
Yeah.
fill this. Yeah.
Oh look, I'm full.
Almost.
Oh look, I'm full.
Will,
I'm
pour
glad
the
that
rest
we have
into
this
yours.
recorded.
Pour the rest into yours.
Do it quick. Of course, you just got the backwash. Sorry.
Oh well.
I like you. Oh man.
Yeah, as I'm pretty sure has been established, like my character niche, my role in the cast is to be someone who just, I'm fine with all things. I've reached the point where I recognize the things that I should care about, and it's a small list.
Yeah.
Like, I just can't be bothered to deal with a lot of things because so many things I just don't have any power to actually affect. So many things are
My favorite saying
unimportant.
is if you can't change it, don't worry about it. If you can change it, make the change so you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I think my personal favorite saying is a good hold on. Let me
Not butcher it.
This is
Right.
correct.
That's like, yeah, I'm a good butcherer.
this is my field of fucks. As you can see, it is Barrett.
I adore the Star Wars version of that where it's Obi-Wan on the things. Behold, Anakin, this is where I grow my field of fucks. As you can see, it is empty.
Did you see, by the way, that there's a Kenobi?
Yeah, they're having
Yeah.
Kenobi series coming out.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was like,
Here we go.
Ewan McGregor gets to come back.
So, from Herm Albright, a positive attitude may not solve all your problems, but it'll annoy enough people to make it worth the effort.
I like that. Can you success me?
That is that is how you spite people. It's
That's
full
like
of
me,
positivity.
right?
Yeah, it's like, you're literally the star from Mario. It's like, I'm full of brightness and positivity, and I will run your ass over. Get
yeah, like,
you know what's funny?
Hard elbow.
The first time we came over and he introduced me to your side of the basically your side, he was shocked that I basically attached myself to you. He was just like, "What?"
Basically, like just I don't have to babysit. I have both hands available.
yeah,
What
like,
do I do with myself?
my personality, you either love me or hate me. There really is. Like,
There's no
unlike
in between.
Ryan, it's because he's so...
Ryan's very
Ryan.
abrasive.
Yes, he is. But he is someone you love him or you hate him, but it's because of the abrasiveness.
Mm-hmm.
I am someone you either love or you hate, and while I am also very abrasive, I have...
It comes with sparkles
It does.
and glitter
It
and stuffed
does.
animals
And I do everything
and lemon alcohol.
very much lemon alcohol. But I do
Just comes off like
everything...
pixie dust.
I know, and what's so
Just
funny
rains all
about it,
over you.
it's like, I'm like the least girly person, but I have a very happy personality.
Yeah.
And of course, a lot of people assume I'm an extrovert. I mean, they jump right into, oh,
So
you're the life of the party. No, I'm
People
not.
do the exact same thing with me.
They assume you're a
An
complete
extrovert.
introvert.
No, they
Oh,
assume I'm an
extrovert.
extrovert.
Yeah,
because
no,
I
see.
talk. I can go on forever about random topics.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
I feel like they'll assume that about you, and then I start talking, and there is, oh wait, this is the extrovert.
Yeah, he's
this must
the
be the
extrovert.
introvert.
Yeah.
Where
Because I have basically come to be I'm usually I figured this out a long time ago, but I'll let her go, and I'll just be like, give it time, she'll run out,
yeah.
and then I'll have to just like jump on and be like, okay, redirection.
But I'm also a person that like once you've pissed me off, you don't want to get in my way. Like I mean I get
Trust
very
me, I've lived with her.
I
It's
get
true.
Oh, no, I
very
believe this.
one-sided. Like, so, for instance, we're in this room. I get pissed off at you. If
Mhm.
that's the door I want to go out, doesn't matter that door's there. That's the door I'm going to go out. And if I've got to pick you up and move your fucking ass out of my way,
Mm.
I'm going through that door.
It's a good thing you're baby sized.
Ask my dad.
You moved your dad.
Yeah. I literally picked him up and moved him out of my way because he was in the way. And there were 3 other doors I could have, or 2 other doors I could have gone out of.
Your fury stimulated your entire body to her dad is not a small man by
Any
Any
stretch of
measurement?
measurement.
No, I have an inner strength that like most like when I was in
you got
high
the mad
school.
mama strength.
Yeah, when I was in high school, I worked as a student athletic.
You don't need a
trainer.
trebuchet to throw babies. You got
And
mama strength.
we had a football player that was at least the size of my dad, probably 6'5", and he went down on the field. Like he went down during practice, heat stroke, and I needed to get him up, get ice on him, get him cooled off. He wouldn't get up, so I literally grabbed the front of his and I
Jersey.
picked him up. In the same motion, I pulled his pads off of him and kept him standing and started putting ice on him.
Nice.
So, anyways, the end of that year, because it was like that would have been my junior year. So the end of my senior year, I had gone in and I was helping with physicals, and these freshmen, sophomores came in for their physicals, and they were being little shits. And I told them, I was like, if you don't straighten up, I was like, you're out of here.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, what are you going to do about it? So about that time, the incoming senior football players said, you know Big C? And they're like, yeah. She picked Big C up. They're like, no. They're like, yes. At that point, it was yes, ma'am, no, ma'am.
Yeah.
Correct.
If you
And
want to,
then my sister-in-law and I got into it one time. And I told my father-in-law, I said, you need to get her the fuck out of my face. So he got her out of my face. And I called my dad, and he's like, please tell me he moved her. Please tell me he moved her. Because I don't realize it. I'm just like,
Sure.
whatever strength needs,
whatever needs to be done shall be done.
it shall be done. Like,
It's like weird. Why am I holding up an asshole?
yeah. Like, no problem.
God. Oh, I think there's literally like a female comic book character that's exactly that problem. Like they have a Drax personality, but they're like stupid strong, and that's literally you. Just like, oh, I didn't know I could do this.
Yeah.
Tosses building.
Yeah. I always try to warn people, don't piss me off. Like,
I think this should be a general rule that people have of like, don't piss off someone. You don't know what they're
Listen,
about
you
to
don't
do.
know what they're capable of.
Yeah.
I have a single rule. It applies in all situations. As long as you follow it, you're fine. Just don't be an asshole.
Rule number 1, don't be a dick.
Yeah.
That's what I've taught my children. That's what I
Yeah.
teach everybody.
If you follow that rule, you don't have problems.
Okay,
Yeah.
so like
Be someone your parents will let, or raise a child that
be who you needed when you were younger. Is kind of one of the things we have. Raise a child you like.
that's what it was.
That's like that's general raising of children, but
I know.
like raise it so you like your child.
I am trying to raise my children to be people that other people want to have around.
Yeah.
Yes.
Caleb can be a handful at times, but at the same time, I know you've never met him, but I know you could take him and have fun with him, and at the end of the day, you don't necessarily want to give him back. Because
unless he gets to his hungry place.
Oh
and
yeah,
he's
you
being
gotta
an
make sure to
asshole.
feed him.
but
And I
he's-
always warn everybody, make sure
Does
you
he have the
feed him.
Solomon? Does he have the actual Solomon belly gene, or is it more of the Porges?
No, it depends on what his medication is doing to him. It's
Yeah.
honestly really where
Yeah.
the biggest thing comes in. But he gets your hangriness.
Yeah, he gets it's a Solomon gene. The
Yeah.
He gets
hangry.
that exceptional if he is not fed, and he'll be belligerent and say I'm not hungry.
Yes. If you
That's-
waited too long, he'll say, "I'm not hungry,"
I remember
and
that.
it's like bullshit.
No. You have to, as someone who used to go through probably that exact emotional, but probably never said it out loud because me and Mom didn't talk much, to be honest. I've kind of learned to just be like, because I did that with right before Aries podcast. I'm about to sit down for 3 hours and I haven't had like a full meal since breakfast, like 6 a.m., 7 a.m.
You should have snacks.
Yeah.
I don't need people
snacks will
eating.
be wise.
There's some nuts, bitch.
Nuts.
I know.
They're literally
Need to
like
get a new
boring
can of 'em.
nuts.
Yeah. See,
Like, they're not even like honey. They're like,
No,
you know,
they're the regular salted peanuts. The
Yeah.
only ones that I eat, Sonya.
they should be like honey
Actually,
roasted.
no.
Honey roasted is all that matters.
I should have gotten
Honey roasted peanut butter?
No, I
Oh,
should have
standard.
no. I
You're
should've
wrong.
gotten-
Ooh, now I
shut
want a
up.
spoonful of peanut butter.
Shut
I'll
up.
get you one.
Shut up.
You wanna,
I
you
should
wanna
have gotten the salt and vinegar almonds.
Oh.
Ooh.
And the wasabi, but she won't eat this.
Hmm.
Yeah.
See, I'm in a perpetual state of I could be snacking right now.
Yeah.
Even if I've already eaten, like, I will eat.
You
have
have that
finished-
metabolism.
I will eat everyone's snacks all the time.
You have finished all of Thanksgiving dinner, and now you break out a can of nuts.
No,
Right.
do you remember what my reward was for helping out with Mercedes' wedding?
Food.
It was the whole remainder of the mashed
Of the
potatoes.
catering food. Oh, nice.
It was like a solid 30 pounds of mashed potatoes, and I just tore through that for the next couple of weeks.
You know, I look back on that wedding, and I don't know how fondly I remember that wedding.
I know how fondly I don't remember that wedding.
Yeah, well, she had a bad guest list on that one.
Yeah.
Mercedes, unfortunately, has an overly optimistic viewpoint on guest lists.
She has an overly optimistic viewpoint anyway.
Yeah, a bit there. Just a bit.
But I remember it being exceedingly hot.
Yeah, it was quite hot.
Yeah.
Florida, Lou Gardens.
It wasn't great.
But, like, you and I also had to, like...
And
I had to bust
August
ass
or
that whole
October?
wedding, and I was actually, I want to say I was a little salty when I didn't get recognition at the end. I was like, and for someone that put all this together, I'm just like, not exactly me, but
Yeah.
okay.
I mean, hey, you
He's
definitely got the
correcting
moral victory.
Situde is
Oh, yeah.
sitting.
Well,
Like, no.
it's one of those where you talk enough with the person that matters, and you go, "Are we clear? We're clear. Okay, good." Just want to make sure of that because some things were made apparent. Certain people were made apparent, talking to vendors and others, and going, "Okay,
not
Please.
surprised.
let me just demote my priority on certain people."
Yeah. It's always interesting to get to work in the background on things.
Oh, I love it.
Really get all the perspective.
Oh no,
You should never text your son a middle finger. I almost did that on accident.
Are you sure it was on accident?
Yeah, no, it was
You're about to flick off your son.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
I
say,
didn't
he
mean to.
deserves it.
You know,
my
he's
10-year-old. He's only
okay.
10. I
What's
shouldn't flick
okay?
him off.
Okay, do you have a judgment or an estimation of when you think it'll be okay to actually start flicking off your child?
High school.
Like the moment they enter high school?
Yeah.
Like, welcome to freshman year, fucker, and get your shit together.
I mean,
Yeah.
to be fair, at that point, they're going to be experiencing it anyway.
Anyways,
so.
yeah.
well, you
like-
have to. Well,
At
like,
least by 10th grade. If it's a separate 9th grade, 10th grade center, by 10th grade, it's just like,
Yeah.
You're
ninth
dealing with
grade,
You're aware of that.
Ninth grade is the year that eases you into like the ridiculous shit, basically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and see, then you remember that I came in at 12th grade only.
Yeah, but your story is mad anyway in terms of like self reflection to like an inconceivable level for someone that's in high school age, especially for someone like at least in reflecting on myself and how I was self reflecting going through all of my bullshit. I hear yours and go like, well, you just took that like another like exponent higher. And
Yeah.
so
I
you
would
pull-
say I need a little background here because,
Yeah.
So, long story short, I was homeschooled from
Okay.
the beginning of 3rd grade to senior year of high school.
Okay, so senior year of high school, you went to Winter Park.
Yes.
Okay. Wow, that's mean.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
fucked.
Like in my opinion, in that situation, like
you should have just taken the
You
last
either
year as
should've-
homeschool.
finished
Here's-
homeschool or started
Here's the
high
thing.
school. Like,
I was the one who wanted to go
To high
for that.
school.
Yes.
1 year.
Because, like, considering, with the benefit of hindsight, considering how I went into high school and imagining that going into college,
A little rough.
yeah,
Yeah.
wouldn't have been the best.
College would have been a lot harder if you hadn't had that year.
that year of high
socialized.
school. Yeah. Like, I mean, I think homeschool's great. I really do. But for something like that, I think you either need to do all of high school
More more important than any kind of education is building up your social network.
Yes.
Yeah.
Being able to interact
Well,
with
even
people.
being able to socialize.
And
Yes.
homeschool, like Keith did homeschool, our cousin did homeschool.
Yeah, that explains a few things.
But they were
He's a
involved
goober.
in a homeschool program that was very social.
Yeah.
There were
So-
also they
Well-
probably had a lot of other kids that were doing homeschool.
Yeah,
Well,
and Jenny was.
socialized.
Yeah, and they
Jenny had that
also
too.
like, he had a lot of socialization at church and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I think it depends on the homeschool program that you get involved in, because some are not as
Some are not that good.
interactive with other, like field trips and
Yeah.
like I know they have ones now that you might do like a math class once a week where you go to and you have that class with other kids.
Yeah. Like one homeschool parent is running that subject.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what I did when it was actually proper homeschooling was the Florida virtual school.
Oh,
Okay.
So you just virtual schooled through high school?
Yes.
Well, and with virtual school, they still require you to have
Field
assignments.
trips
No,
and-
assignments with other students,
Oh, yes.
depending
yes.
on the course. But for
Did they
example,
with-
my mom
did they at your
teaches.
time?
My mom teaches
One
algebra.
or two, but not
It's 1 or 2 projects per class
Yeah.
typically.
Yeah.
So
enough to not really count.
Yeah. That's not. Because the thing about like what high school does for really socializing you into more of the adulthood social structures is that you're existing with these people 6 hours a day, Monday through Friday.
Yes.
Like you get to learn niches and cliques and
Mhm.
figure out either if you're in one corner or if you know how to transition through corners
Yeah.
or if you
I
just,
believe the most important thing that you can learn in your life is how to interact with people.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't know how people act and the fact that they have all this below the surface.
Yeah.
If you don't understand like all of the conditions, because every single person you ever interact with has gone through at least as much as you up to that point.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And really keeping that in context is extremely important because every time people aren't like that, you basically get real world YouTube comment sections.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a
You
bunch
know-
of yelling and no listening.
And the other thing with that is that I think one of the hardest things for people to remember is that when you see someone being an asshole, it's usually because of their environment that is causing a situation that is causing them to be an asshole.
Well, it's the classic.
But
a bully's
most
a bully
time-
because his dad's an asshole kind of
Well,
thing.
no,
That-
but
that-
most
that's
time, what I'm talking about though is you see one action
Yeah.
and you say, well, that person must be an asshole, as opposed to saying he must be having a shitty day.
Well,
Yeah. Yeah.
There's-
And see, I'm one of those people that, like, for instance, you have a waitress, okay, or waiter, and they're kind of,
Salty.
yeah. And it's like, I give the benefit of the doubt, instead of just assuming they're an asshole, well, maybe they're just having a bad day.
Yeah.
Maybe they just got done with a shitty table.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we didn't exactly have a salty one, but so we have a very favorite waiter, Nick, out at the Olive Garden in Altamont Springs. I cannot recommend him enough.
It's fantastic.
He is fantastic. But we got like one of his other waiters, and we both looked at the guy, looked at just like the state he was in, and we're like, "Are you on your third shift?" He's like, "Yeah, like second."
He
one."
had a double.
He was doing a double. I was like, "We could tell. You're good." Like just rip.
And of course, he probably appreciated having
Oh, yeah.
you guys because you obviously know him by name, so he obviously knows
Well, it
you
wasn't
too.
even Nick. It was someone
No,
else. Like, it
no,
was
Oh,
his
okay.
friend.
We,
It was his friend.
We went there for Nick. We got his friend, but his friend appreciated my dark humor, so he gets at least a golden star.
Yeah.
Nick
it
has
was-
a plaque.
It was funny because we saw him. Nick was literally on the other side of the window, and so we saw him and said, "The lighthouse is still here."
He's tall as fuck.
Oh, that's funny.
I think he's taller than you.
This is true. Many people are taller than me these days.
Yeah.
Mm.
But so he came over and he was like, "Who's your server?
Yeah.
Who's
like-
your server?" He
like,
was like, "Oh, okay,
who's
he's
that?
my friend. He's good." Like making
He
sure
is-
he didn't need to
He is
to
a
take care of us.
Seminole of a lighthouse. And I ran like one of my like impromptu fucking analysis is like he's like the good boy next door, like that's just like really great and awesome. Like everyone loves him. And he's gonna take your daughter out, and you're just like sitting there like holding his hand, but he smiles straight through that really intimidating dad handshake. He's like, "We're gonna take my daughter out and everything," and he's like, "Yes," and you're just sitting there trying to contain yourself, waiting for him to ask the question. You're ready to say "I do," but you have to remember you're the mother of your daughter, and
He's not asking you.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like he's great because when we got to see like the quick interaction of him next to his friend, our server for that night, who like caught my dark humor and like had like that. Yeah,
He threw it
I see
back.
your shit. I see your
He
shit.
threw it back, and he threw
No,
it
no.
back, and Nick was like,
Yeah.
"What?"
Yeah, like he's just the sweetest little goober. And they had a server, they had a production site. They had, like someone from the kitchen come on out, and I was like, I'm trying to remember this line. 'Cause
She's the bleep. You're the bleep to my cuss word.
It's like you're the bleep to my cuss word. And she's like, "Oh my god, thank you." It was great. It was a
Oh
good
my
night.
god.
We're literally now. It's because we used to just do pick carry out because that's the nearest Olive Garden to us, and now she's like, "We need to go see Nick." I'm like, "I know."
I made him a sailboat because he's our lighthouse, and so
Oh,
I have
but
a
he turned it
$5.
down.
He did. He
He
was like,
turned it
"No."
down.
He was like, "No, I have to earn it. I love it, but I have to
Oh,
earn it."
Yeah.
Oh my
So I
god.
have my
He
$5
is a Boy
sailboat.
Scout.
What a good
So that
person.
so I have my sailboat. So next time we go, I'm gonna put the sailboat on the table for him.
With the tip and everything. Yeah.
Oh my god. That's
Just
so
give him a
funny.
sailboat made out of the tip.
It is
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
That's
$5 in cash folded into a sailboat.
She has to apparently
That's
speak
fair.
in British.
Yeah.
It's
It's
alright.
I love seeing the things that trigger people's now I'm speaking an accent.
It's
Because
better.
everybody has one.
At least one.
At least one.
It's better than when I threw on the point shoes and started dancing while we were cleaning.
That's still my favorite thing in the entire
I walked by a
world.
Russian embassy and I start speaking.
Fucking did. We were in Portugal.
Actually, the better version of the story. So we have a pretty long layover in Lisbon before we get on over to Madrid, and I just start pulling out like a Russian character in the middle of walking around Lisbon to get to this ramen shop because that's quality.
Holy
Portuguese
fucking
cuisine.
shit. Best ramen we have ever had.
Oh yeah.
Point blank.
Yeah, so I'm just running this Russian character, just being ridiculous because we're having a good trip. And then we round the corner, and there, right in front of us, is the Russian embassy
Yeah.
in Lisbon, Portugal. I'm just like, I'm the home of my people.
Yeah.
Oh,
This is where we grow the bears that we wrestle with. Have you seen I Love the Way You Move? I believe it's called. Oh, I'll send that to you. That animated one.
mm.
Baby. Yeah, it's got Vladimir
Oh,
Putin, a
yeah.
bear, a very muscular man.
It's got dancing
Techies,
shoes.
Siberia.
A little
Pretty
bit of
fucking great.
everything.
Oh,
Yeah. It's got the best shoes.
Have
Best
you seen
shoes.
the music video for It's Just Like Rah Rah Rasputin?
Negative. Rara Rasputin. What? I've never even heard this song. What is this madness?
It is it's phenomenal. It's just this upbeat Russian song which gets increasingly ridiculous, and Vladimir Putin is featured in a star role.
As he should be.
Like it is really funny. It is really good and super dumb.
All I can think about is Anastasia.
Bardock was way funnier when I was a kid.
Yeah, a lot of those characters were.
Funnier when you were a kid. 'cause
The
they were
funny talking animal, it's like, wow.
just-
It's like that one picture that will always be the most accurate thing in the world. It's like when you're young, you're SpongeBob. When you're old, you're Squidward.
Yeah. Or
Oh my god.
Just
wow, your mind is blowing up right now. Now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I never put those together, but you're
Just
right.
that moment where you look at SpongeBob and you're like, get out of my house.
And your boss is Mr. Krabs, like always. No matter
Yes.
what the work environment is, your boss is, the company. Like Mr. Krabs represents the company in which you work.
Actually-
Oh, by the way, I love that he is a cannibal. You understand that Krabby Patties are all made out of crab meat?
Yeah.
That's why there's no other crabs in the show.
Yes.
That's
It's got dark.
Really
It's got
dark.
real dark.
It's also the reason why he doesn't ever want Plankton to actually do the analysis of the Krabby Patty.
That's pretty good. Do you need more?
We might, because, my
I'm about to,
world was just
Let's get some
ruined.
glue gun, replace the label on this, and just refill it with my Grand Marnier. And just charge you fuckers later for this shit.
I mean, we've already established that like no liquid in this room should be in its proper container. So
You can't waste it.
Basically. Let's just do this for you.
Oh, no, Sarah again. Same one.
Why are you cleaning your nose with liquor? What the fuck's wrong with you?
there's nothing.
It's not nice.
Here.
There's a whole big bottle over there.
There
You'll
you
be fine.
go.
This is fine. This is dramatic.
This is dramatic.
Yeah, could have filled a
You
bottle
You
like
don't
that.
deserve that.
Aren't you judgmental?
Not even a little. Okay, maybe a little.
A judgmental liar.
If you're not judgmental, you shouldn't be here. You have to at least judge him.
This is true. This is true.
I love him.
It's a requirement.
It's a requirement.
Listen, the Lord said love your father. He never said anything about liking him.
It's very true.
Yeah.
It's
It's why it's
Said
why
nothing
like
about your second
you
cousin
you
or
can
whatever the
you
fuck
can
it was.
always love your children. Doesn't mean you have to like your kids.
Oh yeah, I love my husband. I don't always like him. Everyone's like that.
Yeah.
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 I think it's bad if you always like the person you're with.
Yeah. And anyone
Well,
who
that's-
says,
that's-
I don't argue with my spouse,
No.
bull fucking shit.
That's that 11-to-1 ratio. It's like, oh, either you're faking it or it's too positive and there's no challenge.
Yeah.
There's no
Yeah.
growth challenge.
Yeah.
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 Oh.
No, I agree. I think in a relationship, at times, one's pairing the other. Like that's what happens.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
But you always have to have, you have three types of relationships. You have two people who are always making it work.
Mm-hmm.
Even
Yeah.
though sometimes, one might be working harder than the other, you always have two people who want to make it work.
Sure.
Or you have a relationship where both parties are complacent. They're happy with the way it is. They see no point in changing it.
Yeah.
And that's still going to make that relationship work.
Yeah.
Because,
Yeah.
you're at status quo.
Yeah.
Not a relationship I want, but then you have the one where
It'll
you have
get outdated,
one
though.
who is working very hard and another one where it's complacent. That is a relationship that's not going to
Correct.
last.
No, but...
The other two, they're going to last.
I think that's actually kind of why this works so well with Melanie and I, just because we could never be okay with a complete... Like, we knew that without the explicit breakdown, but I think a lot of what easily would turn me off to anyone I was just even inquiring is like, oh, you would be complacent in about a week.
Yeah.
In terms of, like, what your expectation is for even your life. Like, I got the job, family's on the way, done. Oh, no. Oh, we're done. We're done, like,
But-
right there.
Then you have a relationship like mine where being complacent is pretty much required.
Yes.
Yeah, but
because
your
you're long
complacency is
distance.
Weird.
Yeah.
You have a very weird complacency. You're long distance, but you're writing while doing work.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at the same time, you're not complacent.
Yeah, like you're actually not
Long
complacent.
distance relationships actually require more work.
Your relationship
More
is
Because
Communication.
it does. It requires more work because you both have to want that. Otherwise, if you're the only one reaching out, you're going to become resentful and it's over.
your relationship is a farce because you both pretend that you're both really fucking lazy.
That's what happened with my ex.
I like being lazy.
I know you.
I
do.
just-
Now, where is she?
Britain.
Okay.
Yeah, across the pond
Across the pond.
with
Yep.
biscuits.
Yeah.
They have
And
good food.
you've
They do.
met-
We had an English
have you met?
breakfast.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Went there for
She is real.
Okay.
Yeah,
Verified.
Making sure you
New
know.
Year's.
It was awkward when you brought
2016.
Lauren over here.
Laura.
Yeah, he brought his roommate over here, and I was like, Are you British? No. Okay, I can verify that you're not. Okay.
You're not
Why is she
British.
here?
Now, so 2016. So how many times have you met since then?
That one.
Just the one.
Yes.
Okay.
I've known her since 2012.
Okay.
Holding it down for the underground. Now just waiting for that. What are you guys actually waiting on?
It's sure. If I remember properly, her parents or some family over there has health issues, and they're waiting for them to pass
That
because
one.
she's taking care of them, right?
Yes.
And so once that individual passes, she's looking at moving to the U.S.
We should advise the paint chips like we're advising City with paint chips.
Huh?
Feed them more paint chips, they'll die faster.
I did not hear that.
No, you didn't.
I have been running that joke for my mom's dog and for other people. It's like, oh, we're just waiting on them to die. Have you heard of this product called Bear Paint?
Bear paint. Yeah. Antifreeze.
Castor beans.
There's lots of ways.
There's lots of ways to murder, but
Listen, it'll solve the problem.
Exactly.
is there a
Castor beans are very quick.
Mm-hmm. What's Martin getting on about?
Oh, a friend's texting group chat, and she's
Oh.
trying to convince Martin to do something. And she said, "Martin, they sell beer there."
Oh, to go to this place?
Uh-huh.
Parliament House or something like that?
No.
It's okay. I'm still so happy that he wore that shirt.
Oh, yeah,
my God.
Okay, so Martin, her husband, is a huge Reese Witherspoon fan.
Reese Witherspoon is his girlfriend.
Basically.
Yes. I'm his wife.
She doesn't
she's the
know
girlfriend.
it, but, you
No.
know, so we'll see. So last year, Melanie got him the Reese Witherspoon, cookbook, whiskey and whatnot.
Whiskey and tea.
Whiskey and
Yeah.
tea or whatnot. So this year, Melanie decided to get a troll gift because we have
It's
too many...
hysterical.
Yeah. It is a t-shirt of nothing but Reese Witherspoon.
It's just tons of images of Reese Witherspoon from the
You wanna
different
see a
movies she's
picture?
been in.
It's really fun.
Oh, yes. Is this one
Okay.
of those, terrible anime shirts? Just
Yes.
with-
Not even anime. It's all, real life
It's
pictures.
double-sided, too.
Yeah.
It's got it on the
It's
front and the
bad.
back.
Yeah, you've seen those, right?
I was
'Cause
there when he
there was-
unwrapped it.
There was one where it was just the front.
Start here and swipe that way.
Yes. Yes. I love these.
Yeah. They're ugly and they're fantastic.
Oh my God, it's horrible.
They're the pugs of t-shirts.
Oh yeah.
This is my life. And no one can deny that it is.
It's yeah.
Oh, did you see
What's funny? Did you notice that it's her cleavage right in his neck, the nape of his neck right there? That's her cleavage.
Someone decided apron style that stuff.
Because have you seen the Pope wearing the Pope version of that?
The Pope wearing
They-
the Pope
they-
t-shirt.
He I think he went to Japan and they gave him one of those with just his own face on it. So you literally have this picture of the Pope wearing the Pope anime shirt. And then someone of course did that meme of it's like I have the power of God and anime on my side.
Oh my God.
Oh my god. It's
Oh my
so
God. Oh, boy.
good.
What? I thought she was looking at some new shit.
Oh no, Caleb's texting
No,
pictures of Milo.
we have pictures of Milo
Pictures
being
of the
a
dog.
cute little
Cute little doggo.
Yeah.
cute little puppers.
He was a pretty easy babysit though.
Yes.
Yeah, yes.
Oh no, you had to keep getting up to let him out and stuff, and that made you grumpy.
Oh.
No,
My
he was
God.
anxious.
It's fantastic.
He gets very anxious when I'm not there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
he
how
was very. He didn't poop. Yeah, I think it took 2 or 3 days for that dog to poop. That's what made me anxious with having him over at the house.
I just
And he was nice to all of the Airbnb guests except for one.
And
was it the
then
Guidos?
No,
Okay.
You
who
should
was-
probably never have that one in your house again.
I was the one that cooked with curry.
Oh, the Pakistanis.
Sure.
Yeah, that weekend sucked though.
Yeah.
That weekend had a sour end once the Pakistanis left.
Mm.
Yeah.
We cleaned house and then we were late to a family dinner, and then
No, we weren't late to a family dinner. We were on time to a family dinner, and then they changed the time on us.
They brought it back by 15 minutes.
So we
It
got
was
there.
at 1 o'clock. Now it's 12:45. But they let us know that at 11 we were in the middle of cleaning the whole damn house to get the smell of dog shit, i.e., curry, out of here.
Oh, I was gonna say my dog didn't shit in your house, did he?
No.
No.
I
I thought
say
the guy
he's
that was
usually pretty good about
no,
that.
no. I was using both Airbnb rooms, so I thought the guy that was in this room was like, did he take a dump and didn't know it in bed or something? And I come back to the room and she's like, no, they cooked with curry. I'm like, oh my god, it is true.
Yeah. I don't like that. I mean, I don't like that smell.
Oh no, like, well,
So you only have one Airbnb room right now?
yeah, just that one right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
My favorite story about curry, and I wish we had Lainey on because Lainey, you and Lainey would be fantastic.
Oh yeah, Lainey was the last best friend my mom had, so if she could pal around with Dory, and you think she could pal around with you.
But she had this story because we told her about the couple that cooked with the curry and cleaning the house, and she was like, "Yeah, you need to spray some Febreze in the air vents because that shit sticks."
Oh, it does.
Because she has cats, and so she was buying a rug, and the guy was Indian, and he cooked with it ate so much curry that it was coming out of his pores, kind of thing. And yeah, so he came over to deliver the rug, and he was sitting down on the stairs, and her cat walked up behind him without him seeing, started pawing at the ground like she was burying cat shit, and walked away. Yeah.
I don't think it's a natural ingredient for humans. I just don't think it is.
I don't
it's-
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not something I like.
Well, I can run like a cultural base and everything, but I'm just like, I'm sorry, but if it motivates animals to bury you instead of eat you like a cat would, you might have an incongruence in your dietary decisions.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, humans have made a long history out of eating things that are actively trying to kill them, so...
Sugar.
Yeah. Peppers.
Yeah.
Look, it tastes like fire. Doesn't that suck? Yes, says the human as he eats more.
Eats more.
There's a recipe in that book for jalapeno poppers.
I love jalapeno peppers.
I know, that's why I mentioned it.
Nice.
See, I like hot, but I don't like
Burn your
my
taste buds off.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like
You like personality,
flavorful.
not torture.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it should be flavorful. I know black pepper is like
Oh
burned
no,
your nostrils
she is
off,
so.
but
You
No,
Melanie
no.
is so.
All I think about is when Martin said, "No, it's not spicy at all." And I'm
I
like,
didn't
"Oh,
answer.
okay."
I think that's when I started to understand, like, oh, he's a perpetual troll. I like this guy now. I like this guy now.
Silent but deadly.
Basically.
Yeah.
Although, like, I do appreciate that when we're at your house, he turns into the punching bag. I'm like, oh, goody, it's not me for once. Just throwing him down the table, just like, shut up. No one cares.
There have been a couple of
That-
times I don't even remember what I've said. He's gone, "What the hell, Mel?"
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Because you don't realize you're doing it. You just kind of.
You have no idea when you're being a mean goober. You have no idea.
I don't even do it on purpose. That's the funny
That's
thing.
where your
With
bitch bone
him-
is so small that when you bring it out, you can't even see it.
I have to agree with him on that one. Yeah.
And like the thing is that you're never really bitchy. Like that's sort of like plus is
I get
that
paid.
It makes it much funnier.
Well, okay, so we have this group of friends on Discord, and there's one person. Every time I get on, we're playing a game, and I was like, we were playing 7 Days to Die. I was like, "Oh, is that the seventh day?" I was like, "It's divided by 52 or by 7." It's like, I don't stop being mean, Melanie. I can't. I'm not
copy.
doing math.
And then he just carries that joke. He's like, she's so mean.
You're always so mean to me.
Love.
You're never mean to Amanda or Michelle or anyone else. You're always just mean to me. Like, I'm sorry, Compy. I don't mean to be. It's not on purpose.
It is. She's a bitch. No, you're not, dear. And I miss you too. We've been separated by my cousin for about 2 hours. It's gonna be a long day, though.
Yeah.
Actually, what are we gonna do while these next 4 idiots are gonna be in? Because this is actually pre-recorded. I'm gonna put it in the description. But this is pre-recorded. I'm gonna probably release this like sometime next week or something.
At some point, you need to develop actual talking points.
I could, ever so. It's one of those where people keep asking me, like, should I have prep for things? And I'm like, no. And then I'm going, actually, I think what some things do, at least what Barney and them did on Rooster Teeth, is that they have a bunch of things that they itemize. Like, I want to talk about this or I want to talk about this. So it's more of I'm trying to introduce people to the openness of the podcast. But
Like, at some
I should also
point-
enable them to like Because, well, the issue that if you looked higher in like the group chat is that people were starting to actually like give their opinions on shit like Star Wars.
Yeah.
And it's like, how about this? How about you save all of your opinions for the podcast so you actually have opinions that we haven't discussed yet? So I think what I'm going to be doing for at least Pseudo going forward, because JHP is pretty easy. It's just me like showcasing individuals. So it's much more about like what they're interested in or what they do. But for Pseudo, it's like find things you're interested to talk about, have that list in hand of some kind, and then just rotate like what you want to talk about. And like Sonya's, gift of gab is.
Did you kiss the Blarney Stone?
No.
Yeah. Her gift of gab is basically really helping out on the play of just being very willing to just find topics and just jump right on into them.
Right.
So, yes, you have carried this podcast, this episode.
True.
You are well liked by the producer.
Maybe even loved by
I don't know. You may be pushing that one a little too far.
Nah, secretly he loves me.
This is true, even if I'm taxed.
That's why he's sad. He's called the tax.
Even if I'm tax deductible.
Oh, that's a good one. Tax deductible.
Yeah. It's like, as long as we get the person we
my
want
love
here,
can be bought.
With limoncello.
I can buy you more orange.
I was gonna say that orange is
Like if
pretty
this
good.
is like a $10 bottle and I don't have to tell you it's $10, I'll just keep like, do you want to see me now? How
I
about
come
now?
bearing gifts.
I'm likable now,
Do
right?
you love me yet?
Please don't call me tax this day. Can I buy an hour of being loved as a
So
cousin?
why is there random wood on the wall?
Because there was a desk there.
There was one of those like drill it into the wall desk, like a little cute square minimalist
okay.
desk, which I was like, oh, that's really cool, and that people could put their laptops on here and stuff like that. But it was drywall screws, and in order to try to center it in the healthiest way, I didn't find posts because of just how the posts were separated on this wall. So I just did it just drywall screws into the drywall.
Oh,
And I
those
left,
are
like,
easy holes to pull out.
Yeah.
Fix. Yeah.
Well, fix, pull out, whatever. But like,
Yeah.
so I drilled it in. The thing crashed on someone. Didn't break anything, luckily.
You needed anchors.
So what I ended up doing, well, that's why these drills are like, these are where the posts are. So I
Yeah.
drilled these into where the posts actually were. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a step.
So then you can see where the actual anchors were for the desk are there. So these boards were literally put here to anchor the desk on until we converted this into the office. Now the planks of wood are just there, and I just need to undrill, throw the putty on, fix it, sand it.
I'm turning your bed into a Murphy bed, I think, so I can move my office up there. That
Yeah.
way, when
A Murphy bed?
Murphy
Yeah,
bed is like
is the
the
one where it
couch.
folds up.
Oh yeah.
So that way, I can move my desk upstairs.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
And not be in the middle of the house.
Yeah.
trying to
So
do
it'll
work.
look like a bookshelf,
Yeah.
but then when it comes down, it's a full queen size bed.
Yeah.
Same mattress. I mean, I don't see the point in. I
You
mean,
love
I know
that mattress.
you hate that mattress. but
I prefer stone than that mattress.
I love that mattress.
I don't understand how I can like happily recall taking naps on the bricks of Winter Park High School, and I lay on that mattress and I go, what the fuck is wrong?
Actually, I'm tempted to take that mattress and put it on our bed, and take the mattress from our bed and put it on that bed.
So,
But we'll see.
So, Melanie does not like any gap underneath the bed. She's scared of the boogeyman.
I hate it.
Yeah.
Had too many nightmares.
So what we thought of doing, because of how low the bed is and having the bed higher could be a positive thing for reasons, we decided to throw that double on top of the queen bed frame
Under
on top. Basically, we were gonna do box spring
mattress.
We did it. We kind of organized it or whatnot, and she hated it.
So I hated it because it was two different sizes.
Yeah.
So the bed would dip on one side, and then because the bottom mattress is memory foam, it was too squishy.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So now it's just hanging out behind the couch, ready for like guests that want to have a spare bed or something like that.
Was
or-
that the mattress that was like
in here? Yeah. Because we the box springs that
So
were
this
for-
is 3 bedrooms?
yeah, it's a 3x2.
Technically, yeah.
Okay.
3x2. Yeah. So
Okay. I gotcha.
it's a really good house in a lot of its pieces and proportions. Like I had to throw that table in that kitchen to have actual more countertop space per se. Because what mom had in that kitchen was just like a little like small table, 2 chairs thing.
Yeah.
Which
Like
I
a
could-
little breakfast nook idea.
Yeah.
and that's cute, but it doesn't fit my style of a house at all because I don't care. Like my
flip the oars.
She did.
I couldn't handle it. It bothered me.
just the tag was hanging out.
No.
No,
'cause
one of them was backwards.
It was backwards. Like the hanger hooks were out.
Yeah.
I don't
Evan,
know
come
about
get
the
your
tags.
shit. Yeah.
If you don't, I'm taking it because I like it. It matches my bedroom.
I'm about to just give it away because like that and the boat that's out there on the dining room table.
The oars and the pillow match my room, so you
It
know.
does.
Yeah, that's not even his stuff. It's like his mom's or his aunt's shit.
His mom's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm about to be like, my cousin's about to take your aunt's shit.
Dude.
It's hers. Give us all a peppermint of her kisses.
I didn't know. I just saw they were on the floor.
Yeah,
I'll take one.
they're by my desk.
Yeah, violate Melanie's privacy.
Monday
Take
goes
her
back to no
kisses.
sugar, so gotta
Gotta
eat
get it
all
in
I
while you can.
Thank you.
Yeet.
Oh, I thought you were gonna get it in the cup.
Try to put it.
Close.
You biscuit.
It's the white chocolate peppermint ones.
Can you reach the trash can from where you are?
Yes.
Okay, everyone pass your trash to her.
Only if you crumple it up well.
Usually I would throw it.
Put it in his shirt. Well, you're supposed to put it in his shirt. Wait.
I didn't realize.
I'm so sorry.
Tickling my
Here,
belly now. And it's uncomfortable.
give me another go.
Is everyone taking shots at me now?
No.
Can you pull his shirt out?
Why am I always a victim? Missed.
Like, look at that hole I gave.
Almost.
Shoot!
You should see your FPS. It's not that good.
Oh.
Ha! Not even the underhand can save you, Shalom.
I need another one, please.
No, you don't. You don't need more ammunition.
Oh, no, I don't care about the ammunition. I just want the chocolate. It's like snacks.
Yeah. See, we
I'm
we
getting
already
hungry.
covered this. Now it's just
I'm
expected
getting
of us.
hungry. Like, I thought we'd be here like an hour,
We can go get fondue after
We can
this.
cut.
I have to go to work. Well, not work. I gotta go fix beds in Aunt Orleans.
Fondue!
No, we can cut it. We can cut it now if you want. We don't have to hit the full 3-hour mark.
You didn't tell me how long it was.
You didn't ask either.
Successful.
It was alright. How
Yeah.
long are we in? We're
2:24 right now. 2 hours.
I was like, is that 2:24?
2 hours and 24 minutes in.
Yeah.
So now after this, okay, so
Breaking down the rest of our day.
no, I'm breaking down this podcast
Okay.
because I've not done this before. So
Okay.
after we get off, what do you do with it? Do you?
For this one, well, even for the live ones, because the one at 5 will be live.
Why the
there's-
fuck weren't we live? Were you
'Cause I
scared
just-
of having me live?
No,
No.
because we're doing 2 today so that we have one for later.
Yeah, like I realized, I ran it by her. I was like, can we do 2 this Saturday and be okay with it? Like her at least be okay with it, because the moment she says no is the moment like, okay, I know I'm pushing too hard for both of our comfort levels.
Yep.
But I realized like, wait, we might be able to just do 2 podcasts on Saturday. Well, doing 2 live podcasts of the same one, like not a JHP and then a P2, but 2 P2s, doesn't really play out.
Now okay, so you'll post this one later.
Like next weekish somewhere.
but
in
you
there.
won't
Yeah.
cut it or anything. You just let it play.
No, it's all
Correct.
Now, what's the difference between
Very
the
unfiltered.
P2,
P2 and
the
Jailhouse
J-
Parlor?
Yeah. Like,
So-
what differentiates
Jailhouse
those?
Parlor is basically his baby.
Yeah,
So it's his one-on-ones where he gets to showcase people, interview them.
It's where the mama, it's where Dorian's diary will come from with the mom series and stuff like that, where like you and I sit down for however long we want to go, and we go through anecdotes
stories
or
about your mom.
prescriptions, yeah, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So what Pseudo Productions is basically going to be is the playground, but like the overarching company that just has licensure over all of the other productions that I help either produce or whatnot. So Pseudo Productions, by all intents and purposes, is just a playground for anyone that wants to
Basically, do bullshit like we've just done all
bullshit
day.
like this, shows, skits, improv stuff.
Yeah,
video
I'm
game
not gonna
stuff.
do that, but, I'll bullshit all day long.
Oh yeah, I can tell.
Also, I love your case.
Thank you.
I've been
Caleb
staring
got
at
it for me for Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah, but see, you probably got her in on this one easy too in one day because I'm here with her.
What do you mean? She'll get on most of the podcasts anyway.
Yeah, I will.
She lives here for fuck's sake.
Also,
She's actually a persistent issue because she'll sit on her computer and play video games, and my guest will get distracted by watching her like kill zombies.
What? I'm
Yeah.
surprised by that.
Yeah.
See, you really need a fifth microphone to put it on her desk.
A what?
a fifth microphone to put on my desk.
No, it can hear her just fine.
I have a hard time believing that because she's not this distance away from the microphone.
She doesn't make. Oh, you and I both know she speaks very softly.
Exactly.
She's hard to hear. Period.
So if she's down there and there's no microphone, nobody hears her.
She's not talking. She's not even supposed to be talking when it's like the JHP stuff. P2
Well, yeah,
stuff.
that one, yeah.
Yeah, the JHP stuff is like one-on-one, and that can go wherever it kind of wants to because it's like it doesn't have to be like super serious. Like the Maya episode was fucking great, just because she's a ball. You'd love her.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
a ball of fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who?
Maya.
Oh.
She was a friend of mine from an engraving company we will not name. But she's a great ball of fire, and like if we got you two on, I could just let you two sit there and chat, and me and Melanie could just sit there, hold hands, cross legs, and just sip. Because
And sing Kumbaya.
If we get Bobby involved in that, and Ox.
Oh no, we could have like a full female podcast there, like, or get Ox. If we could get Ox online with like Josh and some of like our Discord madness.
No, don't bring that chaos into that. Don't do it.
Oh my god.
You know Ox is worse than Gungan and
Ginger. We could have the apocalypse episode where we have Ginger, Gungan, Ox. Who's another horrible person we know of?
As a regular watcher, I endorse this.
You've never met Ox.
I haven't.
He could throw me like a spear.
You're making me want to.
Okay, check this. You know the Odyssey where Odysseus has an actual bow that no one else can string but him? Ox has that bow. Effectively.
Legitimately.
He has a bow that I could not even begin to draw it, and it's just a regular longbow. It's not compound, nothing. I couldn't even begin to draw it. He's like, "Yeah, watch this." Full draws it.
You need to
no
channel
pause.
your inner strength.
I'm sorry, I don't got that mama strength yet, bitch.
Like, listen, are you looking at him? His inner
Can't harness
strength
that German blood yet.
is not a lot.
Yeah, my inner strength is like, sass, banter, and running away.
I have I don't have to run away. I'm more of a
Yeah, you trip and fall on your knees.
but I have more of the charging full headstrong.
Bullhead stuff.
Yeah.
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 Ox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who
Well,
is-
I'll make a deal with you.
I have it. I have the idea. We have Brandon sit in the middle.
No, don't do that to his poor baby soul.
He's a cinnamon roll. I love
I'll
Brandon.
make a deal with you.
Brandon from the annual.
What's your deal?
Yes.
Yes. Put him in the middle of the devils. Put him in the middle of like the triangle of like Stalin and
It's like
all the-
Stalin.
like
welcome
how
to-
are we gonna what sort of horrible names can we apply to like Ox,
Well, so
Ginger,
I-
and Gungan?
So my favorite thing
I
about
like
Ox.
that this Gungan.
Sure.
I want to meet these people.
His name's Frank, but his online name has been Gungan, and it's really hard.
My
to, like,
online
revert.
name was Ballant.
Valent.
Ballant. Balint.
Mm.
Oh, okay. I was.
I always
Bracker.
play as a guy.
Yeah.
I've always done it. It's just like I don't know.
Role playing in a way.
Yeah.
No, it's more of a people when you have a girl character, they assume you're an idiot.
Yeah.
Mm.
No.
See, my opinion on that has always been, it was this thing I ran into online so long ago I couldn't even tell you what the source was. But if you're going to be staring at a character's ass for 100 hours, it might as well be a nice one.
Mine was undead, so it didn't have an ass. It had bones, but whatever.
Hey, I don't judge.
I'm trying to recall. I was like, does Martin have a good or a bony ass?
He's got a good ass. It's like rounded.
Yours is two nice little handfuls, but you're kind of bony.
No,
I'm
he's
aware.
not bony. He's like Okay. Anyways, I'll make a deal
You were
with
very
you.
distracted by your husband's ass there for like a
I
solid
like my
5
husband's ass.
It means it's a good one.
Right? Thank you.
It's just her size.
It is.
It's
A little
perfect.
taller would be good, but whatever.
Just relocated up a bit. Why is your ass starting?
So I don't have to reach down.
So tell him he needs to do more squats, jumping jacks, and lunges. It'll
It's his height.
perk up his butt.
Yeah, I know.
It's the
He needs
height.
more-
I know.
No, the butt is actually
Just
like
give him
up
some.
there.
Just give him some stilts.
We're getting him platform shoes.
I'll make a deal with you once a month. I will allow you to pick anybody that you want, and I will come to a podcast with you.
Cool. Because I'm actually looking to try to figure out regulars now for this show.
Like,
Nice.
I will, once a month, I will, we can.
Is this
like,
a challenge for you to extrovert more?
No.
Okay. I was just like, are you applying this for a self-challenge as well?
Kind of, yes.
That's what I was looking at. A self-challenge, but like creating a deal with someone who could use the value. Yeah, no.
Yeah, you're trying to get into a quest. Side quest.
Yes, I like it. Right.
We're gamifying
We
your
got-
extroversion.
We got quests
It
for
works.
Well, it's like-
socializing
Well,
with
here's the
people.
best news. Is that,
And we've got
levels,
losing
too.
weight for levels for losing weight.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
the cool thing is that he's always available like Monday through Fridays. It's just that a lot of people are pretty much like weekend dependent,
Yeah.
which is the only like sour
Well,
piece.
see, I'm kind of. I can do anything now.
Yeah,
right
yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Well, school's in play or
No.
Well, school's in play, but not. I mean, more getting him off to school, but then after I get him to
Yeah,
school, I'm
yeah.
pretty.
Well, he's after 5 usually.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's
See, if it's Monday to Friday, after 5's hard for me.
Yeah, yeah.
You
So-
know, because that's dinner.
Well, it's
He does his homework. I mean, I had someone say to me, "How the hell?" Like, he comes home and he gets a snack, he does his homework, he watches TV.
Yeah.
They're like, "How the hell did you do that?" I was like, "Because he knows my expectations."
yeah.
Like,
If you're gonna be a parent, you kind of need to be a hard ass parent, and then you'll have a much easier like at least
Yeah.
pre-teenage.
yeah.
The
and
teenage
then-
years, God help you.
yeah,
The teenage
but-
years, they start trying to push boundaries to figure out where the boundaries are. But the thing is I'd rather have a child be an asshole in the house and nice to people outside.
And that is him. I mean, he's not an asshole. He
No.
really isn't an asshole in the house.
Mm.
But he does show his ass to me a whole lot more than he does other people.
Yeah. Well,
know.
well, the teenage years is actually like the final part of like incorporating yourself into the greater village.
Yes.
Yes.
It's when you're finally like the biology is like you need to, or at least the evolutionist said this is around when you probably should start pushing the fuck away from your household.
Because they're not going to be there forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, he would actually enjoy doing something like this. Like, even
Especially
though-
if we got on the topic of gaming. Like
Yeah,
Minecraft.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Like, if you did gaming, my only request was while I do cuss in front of him is that the cussing would be
A minimum.
a little
Certainly.
less.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know?
yeah,
But otherwise, he would think this would be a lot of fun to do. You know?
Well,
But it's
possibly.
because
He's very different than my cousin's kid.
I throw him
they did nothing
into
but shit on me.
experiences.
Mm.
You know, I mean, I took him out from the time he was 3 days old.
Mhm.
You know, and I
You were
don't.
socializing him early.
Oh yeah, and I
Yeah.
don't hesitate to, if it's an adult event, but they said, "Oh, Caleb can come." I didn't hesitate to take him. Actually, it was funny. We lived in California, and Oliver and Ryan were still out there at the time, and Oliver had come up in the San Francisco area, or in the Bay Area, and we lived in Sacramento.
Gay.
And so Oliver was like, "Come over, blah, blah, blah." And we were like, okay. So we took Caleb, not knowing that it was actually an adult dinner party.
Mm.
But I said, Caleb, he's like, "Oh, yeah." So anyways, we get there, and literally Caleb was the only child there.
Yeah.
So we're all just sat down at the dinner table. The hosts were, Tanya and Walt were still bringing out the food, and a glass got spilled. Not my child, one of the adults. So they yell from, into the kitchen, "Glass got spilled, not the child." So then after dinner was done, he ate, and they had Netflix. So they went and put Netflix on for him to watch it. And all of a sudden, we're all still sitting, like how we're sitting here bullshitting.
Yeah.
We were all still sitting at the dinner table
Was Caleb
bullshitting.
still at the table watching Netflix, or was he else?
No, so he went out, and like Tanya and Walt had set up Netflix on the TV. So he was out watching TV in their living room,
Yeah.
watching Netflix on the TV. And we were realizing that at various points, different adults were gone from the table.
Yeah.
They were literally rotating
Who was sitting
who
with Caleb?
was out sitting with Caleb.
Aw.
Because they were like watching a show with him, or they were out there talking to him.
They're just social. It's like it was this almost unconscious social responsibility or desire to hang out with the kid.
It was like their unconscious desire to hang out with the kid because he was just so chill and so relaxed that they were,
Yeah.
and of
That's
course
the-
the parents, like at our house, like how we're like, well, we know there's an adult out there, we know he's okay, so
Yeah.
we're still adulting at the table.
Yeah.
And then it was funny because there was like, I think there was like 8 or 9 of us that night. And there were still 4 of us sitting at the table, and then there was some getting wine in the kitchen. I heard a glass break. And I was like, everyone okay? They're like, it's not the kid. So a drink got spilled and a wine glass got broke. None of it was I think he was 4 or 5
The
years
easy
old
game
at the
that's
time.
the easy game that's explained by like a psychologist is that if you can get your child to be likable by like the age of 4, by like adults like them and like to interact with them, then you've done nothing but open up every possible door for their future. Because
Yeah.
if adults find your child not just like tolerable but likable, then they will teach them everything that they know.
And that's what's happened with him. I mean, Mel lived with us for 2 years, and
Only lost him once.
still funny, but she didn't hesitate to take him out anywhere
Well, we
as
took
long
him out
as she
to-
fed him.
Yeah, we took him out to
That's-
Olive Garden.
That is
one
my
night, yeah.
warning.
We took him
is
to Olive Garden.
Yeah.
Feed him.
No issue, no problem. The only problem actually that night was that y'all took forever to get out of Disney because of like poor service or something like that.
Yeah, because we were
That's-
expecting
Where-
you home earlier.
We were at your house till like 1 a.m. midnight or some shit like that.
What were we out there for?
I don't remember.
Social. I think you were there with friends or something.
I think it may have been one of the Christmas parties.
Yeah, something like that.
No, you were going out there.
No, it
'cause
was,
you-
it was June, July.
Yeah.
I think you were dropping someone off at the airport. It was like dinner and then dropping someone off.
Yes.
Yeah, and it took a long time. Like we were probably falling asleep on the couch.
Yeah. But, but for the most part, I'm very fortunate. Mike can be an asshole. He's a kid.
Sure.
But,
Yeah.
Comes with the territory.
I don't,
Also, if your
most
kid doesn't
times-
hate you every once in a while, you're not doing it right
Exactly.
as a parent.
Exactly. But, for the most part, I don't have to search for a babysitter. It's like, okay, Caleb, who do you want me to ask this time? And,
Mm-hmm.
and he'll say, oh, can we ask blah, blah, blah? And 9 times out of 10, as long as they don't have something planned, they're like, yes, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucking magical, honestly.
It
It's
is.
pretty fucking magical.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And the same thing with our dog. Our dog, the only thing with the dog
You know what's
is
really fascinating
he
is that
prefers to be at our house.
Yeah.
You know what's
He does
fascinating?
better there.
You're teaching your child to actually have a pattern of asking to hang out and catch up with people that they like,
Yes.
which is like a skill that I value sincerely because I didn't get that. Because I think there's a lot of social anxiety in our generation for a lot of reasons, but I think one of them is that we weren't introduced to the idea of properly asking to socialize and being okay with a yes or a no.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
regularly creating real life interaction socially.
Well, like Thursday night, we went to my Aunt Darlene and Uncle Mark's because Uncle Mark's best friend Dave was in town. And, I said, Caleb, we're going to go over there for dinner. And he says, I don't want to. And I said, I don't care. You're going. And he was like, why? And I said, because sometimes there are things in life that you have to do that you don't necessarily want to do.
Hmm.
So he went, and then of course he had fun, and
Yeah.
then it was like, oh well, thank you for taking me because
Yeah.
I didn't want to go, but I still had a great time.
Yes. Yes. And it's that it's going back to like what we were talking about personality wise and everything is no matter what the situation is, you make the best
Out of it.
Of what you
out
got.
of the situation.
Well, that's where there's something called like, in that example, there's something called social obligation. And it's like, there's something
that was
there-
actually the words I was looking for.
yeah,
I
it's
couldn't
like
think of-
this is something that we need to do as a supportive family. And so it is on your responsibility to make the best of this. I know I'm going to go over there and try to make fun, but if you're going to be a sour bitch, that's on you.
Exactly. Well, like, okay, let's go morbid for a minute. Funerals. Nobody likes to go to a funeral. I don't like to go to a funeral, and being from a big family,
They're almost
there's-
often in a way.
well, yeah, and like, being from a big family, you have lots of happiness, but as the family gets older, you also have a lot of sadness.
Right.
So it's what you do with that sadness. I remember when my Jiddu died, you weren't alive at
No.
that point. I remember it being very dark. I don't know why. I mean, I was only 10 years old. For me, it was very dark. But like when Situ died, it was more of a celebration of her life rather than a sadness of her death.
Right.
But she was 87 years old. I mean, what is there not to celebrate from that?
Yeah.
And even when your mom died,
Yeah.
that sucked ass.
Yeah.
She was still, in my eyes, yes, she was.
She was young.
She was young.
She was under 60, I think,
Yeah.
at the time.
You know, and that sucked ass. But I chose in her death to remember her, you know, her and your dad's wedding.
Tenacious,
And when
gregarious.
you were born, and, you know, like the fun memories of her.
Yeah.
You know, horseback riding with her. And
I was on horseback 2 weeks before I was born.
Damn.
Yeah, she didn't give
You
a
know.
fuck, man.
But it's how you take life and run with it.
Yes.
You know, I have a firm belief that every day you have a choice. You know, you have a choice, and you can choose to live, or you can choose to be a sourpuss.
Top or bottom?
Yep. You know.
I think we can end on that one, actually. So
Yeah.
we're like at 240, 250.
Woohoo!
Yeah. And on that positive note,
Right. It's like motivational speech acquired. Thank you.
Choose joy.
We're done.